is weird, fucking weird.
And I'm scared
And I don't know what to do.
David Cage is a hack, and there's more on my back. And to top it all off, this game sucks. There we go.
We got a podcast. In store. Got a cat in this box. And you're feeling like quitting your career.
As a matter of fact,
honey, I know what's that. It's called
Detroit Become Human.
Detroit Become Human. It's a really bad storytelling game.
As Cage keeps you dangling, you're wrong.
And the choices keep not mattering.
It's different with me. Fuck.
This is the stupidest
You're welcome.
We watched Rent. The tango.
Kage.
Yeah, the Dango Kage.
The Dango Kage.
What the fuck is his real last name? It's fucking boring.
Stupid, yeah.
David Cage. His real last name is fucking David de Grutola.
Because he's French.
Grutola.
Grutola.
Hey there, everybody. Welcome back. Wait, who are you?
I'm Kitty.
And I'm Max.
And this is Dango Duo.
This is Dango Duo and Dango Duo's semi-regular podcast, the SUFFERCAST.
Podcast. I don't wanna press any buttons.
Fucking hate this game.
Yeah.
It's come to the point now. We were talking about this last night. Hey there, welcome back. We're doing Detroit Become Human. We're going to be covering chapters 15 through 27, from the nest all the way to meet Kamsky. Our sources this time around are the same.
Same as usual.
Northern Lion plays Detroit Become Human, and the Super Best Friends play Detroit Become Human. Watching multiple points of view helps you realize things.
Like, the choices really don't matter.
The choices actually don't matter at all.
Seeing the scenes.
They matter even less than they ever have before.
Except for with Kara. Because she doesn't matter.
Because she doesn't matter. She doesn't matter. Yeah. It's actually the sort of thing where, like, an editor would be like, Kara's story doesn't connect with anybody.
Doesn't connect back to either of them.
Yeah.
Because she's going the opposite direction. Yeah. They're down here, and she's like, I'm out.
She's going to Canada, in spite of it being...
free androids.
That's dumb. We have so much to cover today. I have so many fucking notes.
Yeah.
Because it's come to the point where I'm taking notes because there's so much stupid stuff
continuing to happen
in this mess. Also, I think this is actually...
Is it out of order?
No. This is from the last time. I didn't mark them off. So let me see.
Did we talk about that?
About what?
How I realized.
Coding. Oh yeah, so okay, there's so much. Last time we left off with Northern Lion arriving at Jericho. He arrived at Jericho, and it's a piece of shit.
And it's a shitty ass little place.
Yeah, and we met that one random android lady without a head who somehow manages to work in spite of not having a head.
I don't think we talked about that scene yet. I think he just got to Jericho.
Oh really?
I think so.
Kitty, we're so behind. There's so much suffering to do.
So we should not waste any time.
Oh my god!
This will go forever.
But we should actually say okay. So in between now and then,
it's been a week, 2 weeks.
The things happened. We're gonna get real salty right now. Okay.
It's true.
People like Connor.
Yeah.
People like Connor a lot.
People really like Connor.
People really like Connor.
Mm-hmm.
People really like Connor.
They really are down with the Connor Hank ship.
And the ship, we don't, I don't want to argue about the ship.
We'd rather ship Marcus and the old guy, but whatever.
All right, listen. I'm gonna get real with you right now, okay? Mm-hmm. And this is your get ready to get woke and shook. No, woke and shook. Excuse me, dyslexia.
Shook and wook.
You're gonna get shook and wook in like 3 seconds, okay? Mm-hmm. Man, is it easy to get a fandom when you have a soft white man,
white boy,
a soft white boy, a soft bland white boy,
who, as I kind of realized after a first recording of the first SUFFERCAST.
Oh yeah.
He's like, this is the worst because we have all the minorities here. Kara is a woman.
Yeah.
Marcus is black, and Connor is clearly being coded as gay.
Yeah, he's being coded as gay.
Because, Hank says, "Oh, why do you talk like that? Your voice is weird. Yeah. And, why do you act like that?"
Yeah, and it's funny because we were breaking it down. Mm-hmm. Connor And I don't think it's actually, I don't know if David Cage actually planned it out, but Connor is designed to be the most safe detective android you could ever have because he is male, white, non-imposing, slightly feminine looking, in a way in which no one would ever shut a door in his face.
Well, the humans would. But that's like so you're supposed to feel bad for him a little because these grislier detectives are like, no, we'll handle the situation.
Yeah, but what I mean is the situation of like if he was black, it would be like, nah, sorry, you can't come in.
Yeah.
Like he walked through that bar that said no androids allowed, and you know that part of it is because he looks white.
Yeah.
And then we have to deal with that, and the fact that he's kind of or he acts in it, or was directed to be in this sort of like closeted gay man kind of way, enables him to also interact with other kinds of people that he wouldn't be able to if he looked like that one asshole cop, who's very dude bro toxic masculinity man.
I mean, same guy from Heavy Rain.
Connor is very safe.
Yeah.
Connor is endlessly safe. And I guess here we go. Let's just open up the big can of worms.
Yeah.
I guess I shouldn't be amused. I guess I am amused by people's ability to overlook the context of a story just to have your fantasy character.
Yeah.
Because, like, people being like, oh, Connor is a good boy. He's a machine programmed to do something.
Yeah.
That's like, oh my god, I love my Roomba. My Roomba's so hot. Oh my god, I want
my Roomba and my friend's Roomba to get together.
I want to fuck my Roomba.
I want my Roomba and my roommate to get together.
Like, I feel like this story is being told, like, this is a problematic story told by someone who doesn't care and doesn't have the talent or the skill to actually execute this idea effectively. Because you I have not bought this entire time that androids are actually people. I have not bought it a single time. No. And that's why, like, I know I said this, like, listen, you can like Connor if you want. Like, I find him to be one of the most enjoyable characters.
Yeah.
But there are so many problems along the way. But my thing is this, like, I have never bought the entire time that there are actual people, that they have souls. And especially because the only explanation we've ever gotten is from Connor saying that the way they emulate emotions is malfunctioning.
Yeah.
And so every time it's kind of like, Connor is like, I'm a machine. I'm doing my job. This is what I do. Like, Hank, why are you acting weird when I come back after I got shot? Like, that was another Connor. This is a new Connor. I'm just a robot doing my job.
Yeah.
And like, I feel like there's this dissonance where, like, we're supposed to be, like, Hank is like, yeah, you're an it. You're a machine. You're an object. I own you. Yeah. But at the same time, he's like, you're just back? Yeah. Man, the same way you get a replacement phone.
Yeah.
Like, I'm baffled by how there's this dissonance where, like, they act as though, yeah, they feel this way, but no one actually follows through on it.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. Fuck this game. I guess if I have to do foreshadowing, last night, it got to the point where, like, I think this game is worse than Beyond Two Souls.
Yes, and I after thinking about it, I agree.
And I feel that it's because of its larger scope.
Yeah, because I kind of nailed it when I was
you absolutely nailed it. I was about to say that. Yeah. Because Beyond Two Souls is a personal story, and it's centralized.
1/2 people.
Yeah, and since it involves magic and and stands,
it's stupid, but like at least it has its own like leeway within its world where it's like, yeah, some people have these psychic abilities of some sort, and we're studying them.
And even though Aiden's abilities are inconsistent as fuck, such as his range, just when he's active, and in spite of him being able to just
work.
Yeah, he can just put a force field around her at all times, except he doesn't do it when she's in danger.
Yeah.
Except those times that he does. And that's fine, but since it's magic, we kind of go, well, David Cage is inconsistent. In the case of androids, like, we haven't touched how they work, and later on we meet the guy who made them, but we never state whether he designed the hydraulics or the way the system works,
he made the
or
entire
or the AI. And I have a point about it is like, man, what a white guy fantasy of like, yeah, this one guy, this one male guy invented that whole android thing. Yeah. Absolutely no one else was involved. He did it. All him. The AI, the way the system works, all him. Mm-hmm. There wasn't a single other person there. Mm-hmm. That's stupid. That's stupid. This whole game is stupid. Okay. Fucking okay. I think.
Did we?
Oh no, wait.
Yeah, we did.
This is okay. I have a note here where we literally realize. Here we go. Because that's Enel posted that after the podcast.
Yeah.
Northern Lion, one of our favorite YouTubers, posted in Twitter that he finished the game when he was streaming it, and he said that he gave the game a 6 out of 10. He thought that it
started
goes
strong and then went
crazy. He goes into bullshit places at the end, and of course he brought up the point that his favorite these kind of games is still Until Dawn.
Yeah.
And that actually absolutely makes sense. Until Dawn is pretty good. Okay, See, we picked up here with the best friends back at the hotel.
Going to finding the hotel.
We're gonna be doing a little bit of catching up because episodes didn't come out at the same time.
Yeah.
And we're gonna catch up with the best friends. Going through. Actually, no, isn't.
Yeah, we're behind on the best friends.
Yeah, we're just a little bit behind, but it's fine. So we're gonna go thing by thing. And welcome back to Max and Kitty do editing work for David Cage.
Let's begin. So I don't remember if we actually talked about this last time so you and Kara and Alice escape from Todd.
From Todd, yeah.
And Elle kills him. The best friends don't, if I remember correctly.
Yep, and it appears that it does not matter.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Because Todd has showed up once in the end.
And it was in that immediate cutscene of
news. Breaking news.
Yeah, she attacked me for no reason.
Yeah. So they have to find a place to stay, of course.
Yeah.
So, and they both went the same route in this, which was
going into the hotel.
Go to the motel.
Yeah.
I have to, get money and clothes. Rob a convenience store and
steal
the clothes from a laundromat.
Yeah, steal the clothes of that sleeping black man.
Yeah.
As you do.
Which I believe is what immediately gets the cops on you, but who knows?
No, I don't think so. Also, take a shot whenever misfortune happens to a person of color in a game like this.
Yeah.
It's always funny how it's always people of color and women who are
or allegory.
Yeah, exactly.
Of color.
Oh, I can't wait for us to get to that bit. So the one issue that I have that it seems really weird is that the hotel would have a sign in front of it that says no androids allowed. Why would an android use a hotel?
Fair.
Why would an android use a hotel?
Why would a non-deviant android use a hotel?
It's like saying no Roombas allowed. Roombas cannot hire a room in my hotel, and it's like they wouldn't. Dogs are not allowed either. It's a sort of thing where I'm it's a thing where David Cage. This is not an allegory for the civil rights movement. And for race issues.
Race relations.
No. It's about family.
It's about family.
It's about nothing.
It's about fucking nothing.
Also, by the way, when Kara does indeed get into the hotel room, there are no scissors on the sink. The scissors that she uses to cut her hair in the following scene, they're not there.
They're not there. They come in the morning.
And it's funny because I've been watching the best friends, Pat and his girlfriend Paige are playing through Heavy Rain, and David Cage is really bad.
Yeah.
Because remember when
we just didn't notice it as much back then.
Yeah. Well, it's because there was less stupid sci-fi magic-y shit.
Yeah, they mostly cut that out.
Yeah, because they cut it out.
The best.
Heavy Rain had mind links between people.
Yeah.
But did you remember in Heavy Rain in the hotel room? Mm-hmm. There's a medicine cabinet.
Yeah, filled with actual medicine.
With pain meds.
Yeah, no, we talked about this when we watched NL. Yeah.
That's stupid.
We were wait. Did he bring those from home or something?
Dumb. That's so dumb.
Yeah.
Also, that's basically all we have to say about that. That leads us into the interrogation scene with the deviant who was in the attic.
Yes.
And
who in the best friends playthrough, they stress him out too much because they're they probe his memory, which you can do, and it's super easy. Yeah,
and I love that later on we do that. We just probe memories, and it's fine, and it's not a problem.
I mean, this guy kills Connor and himself, so this guy's not super happy.
This game has a lot, especially when you watch multiple playthroughs, you notice how the converging paths.
Yeah, how paths come back together after they split.
Yeah, and we came to the realization that we're like, oh, none of this matters as a David. Of course it doesn't.
I mean, it's the fallacy of player choice or whatever.
Yeah, and also, by the way, all of the Connor scenes don't actually fucking matter because they're just unrelated deviant
cases,
and the only thing you can get from them is learning about RA9, and that's it.
Yeah.
Other than that, like catching them doesn't earn you anything because most of the time they either escape or you kill them.
Or you kill them or they kill themselves.
Yeah, so you gain no evidence. It's so dumb. You gain nothing.
Hi, baby.
Which by the way takes us over to the survey. The best friends did the survey that you do when you get to meet. You back out to the main menu, and is her name Kara too?
No, her name's Chloe.
Oh, it's the same Chloe that fucking the guy.
I think
had.
that's the model or whatever.
The Chloe gives you the survey where it's like, would you, like,
would you let an android take care of your children? Would you bang an android?
Yeah.
Less,
Yes.
Yes. Yento.
Would you let a Roomba vacuum your house?
Definitely not.
Also, just a reminder here that androids do not have a failsafe.
No.
Except
Kamsky will.
Kamsky has. Yento, please. Except Kamsky has
built in a failsafe, but without.
But he wouldn't tell anyone. People have died.
Yeah, he doesn't care.
There's the possibility of a robot uprising.
Yento, stop.
He's being a bad boy.
Yeah, it's fine. He's dumb.
So this leads us into the super best friends going into
the hotel with Connor.
Oh shit! It's true.
Yeah.
Oh shit! You're right.
Which we actually do have to talk about because it is one of the stupidest diversions
that is actually one of the stupidest diversions. It's true.
So
this is the scene that is portrayed very badly because you as Kara have just woken up. You just cut your hair.
Yeah, and now you're like,
that shouldn't be there.
We're gonna find breakfast,
and you
Alice.
Breakfast,
and then the cops are outside.
And then you switch over to playing as Connor.
Yeah, so you don't know where Kara is.
Yeah.
The best friends noticed that Kara was just peeking through a door.
Yeah.
Like an idiot. So a chase ensues, which does not happen with NL. She gets away fairly scot-free.
Yeah.
And the chase ensues over the freeway.
And here we have immediately two things that are a problem. Mm-hmm. First and foremost, that we have established that androids can just formulate a plan and move through it without any chance of failures, and it has been established that they can do that like on the spot.
It seems like it doesn't take time.
You don't pause and like think about it.
Or it seems like it takes like very little time.
So as we established before, like if they can just do that, they should never be able to fail at anything. And the fact that Connor can die, which happens, is dumb. And also, I love the fact that Kara makes it across the freeway. And
there's no cops waiting on the other side.
Yeah, and like
they're free now.
Yeah, they're free now.
She hugs Alice and she's like, "Oh, we'll go to Canada. We'll go figure out how to go to Canada."
If only cops, did that thing where they get the helicopter and man, see that's why all those people who want to get do crimes and get away, they go down the freeway. They should get just out of the freeway, and then the cops can't get you.
Exactly.
Just like with Ethan Morris and fucking
This also leads to a problem with
with the following scene with Connor and Hank.
Hank when they go to the burger shop.
Yeah, well, the scene before they go to the guy with the birds.
Yeah, the scene before.
Yeah. So when NL did this, because he
didn't die.
Yeah, because he didn't catch Kara.
Yeah, and also he had investigated Hank's desk, so he knew some stuff about Hank, like his dog Sumo, stuff like that, etc., etc.
So this leads to a small scene at the burger stand where they're talking about their feelings and
each other and stuff like that.
And it actually goes for like 5 minutes.
It goes a little. It's something. It's not like a substantial scene. It just leads right into them. It literally on the chapter flow chart. It's the same scene as the birds, but it's this nice little character moment between the two of them.
Yeah.
Too bad if you die, you skip this entire scene pretty much.
Yeah. That scene becomes just a one sentence exchange, and So right now we have two inside jokes now. It's Hank going, "Hey, fuck you,"
and then Carl's son, "You never loved me.
You never loved me. Fuck you. You never loved me."
Where'd you go, Yento?
What does that room I have that I don't?
Oh, Yento.
Is he being bad?
Yes.
What do I do, Kitty?
I don't know. He's just an idiot.
He's just an idiot. We love our son.
He's kind of stupid. He went to the vet today, and they put the deworming medicine on him, but they didn't put it far enough.
Yento. Oh my god. So he licked it.
He's
like, "This tastes bad, human."
And he's foaming at the mouth. It's perfectly safe. We read up on it, but he's just a big baby.
It's perfectly safe. It's just it's literally the thing where he tastes it and then he's like, "Wow, this tastes like shit."
Baby, don't do that right over my cords.
Yeah. He's getting under the bed. He's never done that. And
he knows.
And it's funny because
pillow.
Yeah. He's such a dummy.
He's such an idiot.
He's perfectly safe, by the way.
Yeah.
It's fine. He's not The reason why it's funny is because he's moving his tongue in his mouth, and that's
trying to get that shitty taste out of his mouth. Which,
we have giving him water, and food and treats. It's just like he keeps doing it because he's dumb.
Yeah.
Also, I think the vet should have actually put it like right in the middle of his shoulder blades.
I think they missed a little.
Yeah, it's fine.
It's fine.
It's just he just keeps licking the Switch cartridges.
Yeah, he's dumb. He's trying to groom himself, but he just keeps licking.
I can hear him. Oh my god. Okay, well, definitely not on the bed, Yanto.
Oh, that's if it's on the towel. It's okay.
That's my towel. No. Okay.
Oh, my baby.
Oh my god, you're such a baby, Yanto. Stop eating the poison. It's not actually poison. I'm
fine.
joking.
It's just tastes bad, so he doesn't eat it, but he's a dummy.
Yanto, I love you. Please stop.
Please stop licking that.
Can you please put a marker just in case I have to cut this out?
Fair.
Unless it makes us look bad.
No, he's just being stupid.
He's just being a dummy, huh?
It's okay.
I love you, Yanto. Oh yeah, his fur feels different because he's shedding.
Yeah, he's shedding.
It means he's getting his light coat, right?
Yep, because it's summer. Let him go.
No, I'm not letting him go.
Let him go. There you go.
Are you gonna keep doing that? I love he looks away from me like, I'm not doing anything.
I'm not doing anything, I'm a good boy.
He's perfectly fine. He's just an idiot.
Yeah. I'm like...
I love that the vet was like... No, you guys ask him if he was overweight because he's a big boy.
Yeah.
And apparently it's like, no, he's just a big boy. He's actually not overweight.
He's just literally big boned.
That's crazy. He's a big cat.
Yeah, he's a big baby. Alright, anyway.
Fuck. Cat panics out of the way.
This idiot. Don't lick. Hey, don't lick that.
You're not allowed to do that. What if we just put like a Switch cartridge right on top of it?
I mean, I'm looking at him like, what if I found a cone for him?
Are you gonna sit on top of the recording equipment?
Yep.
Is this life? Is this just fantasy? It's actually not as bad as when he sat on that bag of chips. Like I'm like, okay, Yanto, please.
He's fine.
Okay. All right. So, okay. Back to the SUFFERCAST. He's settling on top of the recording equipment. Alright, so
goodness.
that scene at the burger stand ends up being like one sentence exchange. Just fucking Hank is like, fuck you.
Well, it's more than one sentence, but it is like a minute.
Yeah. And the best friends thought that it was just a transitionary scene in the case that like, or just to show that Hank was angry at you for dying.
Right.
Which is not.
No.
It's absolutely not.
It's actually being skipped because they died.
Yeah. Oh, the nest is the one with the Birdman. So now we cut over back to Northern Lee now.
Yeah. I mean, I think we're both in the same. Like we just watched NL first. Because,
Yeah. So. So they arrive. We should describe for the people who haven't actually seen.
Fair.
They arrive at the report of what may be like a deviant or something's going on, and it's this apartment that's just filled with birds,
fucking pigeons.
It's like too many.
Yeah, it's literally like, and I was like, you're breaking my PS4, David.
Yeah, it's true. And the notes that I have here is just like they have real books,
and Hank's like, oh, I love real books, and I don't like this fucking digital shit, and I'm just like,
that's dumb. That's dumb.
Also,
because sorry, go on.
I forget which commenter on which playthrough pointed out, but Hank is technically a millennial. He was
that's
85.
true. Yeah, it was the best friends. Yeah. Also, the one thing that I want to point out, and people forget this, is that like books are not ever going to go away.
No.
Because books are cheap to fucking make.
Yeah.
Books are dirt cheap to make, and I feel people forget that. It's like, no, an iPad that will be there with you forever is like, no.
No, that's a lot of money.
No, yeah, that's dumb. There's too many birds. Also, so the scene, you look around, and it leads into a huge chase.
Of course, the deviant is still there because that's a very strange thing that keeps happening.
Otherwise, there would be nothing to do.
They don't leave the scene of the crime.
Yeah. Also, they do find a book that has like some sort of like
decrypted or encrypted messages.
I doubt it will come back.
Honestly,
it probably will not, considering David Cage. Or it will just be like, oh, that was the book there in the background, that corner. It's fine. It was just one shot. It's okay. We leads into a huge chase. It's long.
It's over an agri farm. Where it's
like a rooftop
urban farm.
Yeah, an urban farm, and it leads ultimately to a situation in which you're chasing after this guy. Like you have jumped over a moving train.
Yep,
cut across the park.
Multiple buildings. Yeah, through a park.
And when you finally catch up to him,
Hank is
Hank
somehow
is there.
there. Even
Hank is
though,
there.
like, halfway during the chase, he was like, oh, man. He, like, is on top of the roof, and he sees Connor, like, jumping across the train. He's like, oh, my God, how did he get that far?
This is actually the stupidest thing, because, like, we
How did
physically
he catch
jumped
up?
over a train.
Yep.
A moving train.
Yep.
Cut across a park. We're, like 13
We're, like, 20
blocks
miles,
down.
10 miles away.
And Hank is already there, and he's about to fall off the building.
Yeah.
And the game does this thing that it keeps bringing up many times, where 89% chance to survive is what it tells you above Hank's icon.
Hank, yeah.
You can catch the culprit, or you can save Hank. And I am certain right now that if you go for the culprit, it just kills itself. It does something stupid like oh, thank you for the gun, bang.
Right. I'm out, bye.
And I'm thinking about this because this comes back later, and I think Hank cannot die.
Yeah.
Because without Hank, how the fuck do you do the following scenes?
I mean, like, you can, but it's just gonna be like really. Some of them you can do, not all of them.
No. I don't know, because like I'm thinking of the one. I'm thinking of the. Sorry.
Oh, it's okay. I think we're thinking of the same thing. The scene where like it's nighttime and Hank's like, "Yeah, I just want to kill myself." You can't have that scene without Hank.
By the way, we're not making the he fucking says that. Yeah, no. Trust us. We're like, it's come to the point where like we're 1,000 miles away from the idea of making shit up about this game. There's enough stupid shit here. So yeah, this happens. You know, Hank is there. Don't think about it. And he walks into a clearly empty hallway, but it's fine. We go back to Jericho. And
so yeah, anyway,
Jericho fucking we haven't actually talked about this.
Yeah.
So Enel arrives at Jericho.
Yeah, and it's in this abandoned fucking ship that nobody wants to like replace.
Yeah, that's taking place in the dock in the most busy city in the world now.
Yeah, the most busy Android city in the world, and it's owned by CyberLife, I think, too. So why wouldn't they want their ship back? Don't worry about it. It's fine.
And it sucks.
And it's like obviously it's abandoned.
And by the way, it's been 20 seconds since that scene started, and the S word has been dropped. We will no longer be slaves to them.
To the humans.
To the humans.
Yeah. Get used to the word slaves.
Oh yeah. Oh no, it gets worse. You think, oh, there's no way, and David Cage can be more on the nose. Oh no, he's gonna have to sit on your nose.
This fart on your nose.
This scene leads to, of course, Marcus being a little bit disillusioned.
Being like, this is Jericho? This sucks. You guys aren't free. You're just hiding.
Yeah, this place fucking sucks. Which, understandably so. And then that leads to him just walking around
Jericho.
Which leads to might just be the closest proximity of stupid shit happening.
Yeah. You have like 3 separate scenes.
You have 3 separate scenes. You have him meeting an android that is
about to die.
Who's about to die, and the android literally goes, "What do you think lies beyond death?"
Yeah.
And it's like, well, goodbye, Marcus.
I guess I'll go find out. Thanks for
waiting for showing up here so I could finally commit suicide
before I died.
Also, child robots.
Yeah, that's the thing. Child androids.
I bet Alice is a robot.
Hey, don't. You fucking idiot.
What would he do? Did he do it again?
Yeah.
No, stop.
Stop licking your deworming medicine, you big baby.
Stop. You're such an idiot. Our son's so dumb.
You might need a cone of shame.
Should we do that?
I don't have a cone.
We can make one.
Yeah, we can make one.
We don't want to make one?
If he continues to be an idiot.
If he does it one more time during this recording, we're making him a cone of shame.
That's what you get, my boy.
That's what you get. It shouldn't even have to be a cone. It can just be like a really fussy thing around his neck so he can't turn it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cone of shame for you. Anyhow. Also, by the way, we also are reminded that androids require constant maintenance, blue blood, and other components in order it's in the blue blood.
Yeah.
For them to not die.
Yeah, especially if they've been damaged or whatever. But we don't know how it works long term because David Cage hasn't set this up. So.
Yeah. Also. This leads to a magical situation where Marcus goes into the side room where there is an android lady.
Leader of Jericho? ?
They never talk about her. She never comes back ever again.
So far.
The inside of her head is missing,
which is a cool design. Don't do it.
Which is a cool. I will.
Yanto? Don't do it.
What if we put a shirt on him? What if he wears a shirt?
Hi.
He's looking at us like, oh shit, I didn't do anything.
I'm not doing anything.
This android,
she's black.
She's black, and she's some sort of like seer. I don't fucking know. But the stupidest thing. Yep.
Oh, he didn't do it.
I saw him. He was about to do it.
He tried to.
Welcome back to Dango Duo stares at their cat while
While attempting to talk about.
I'm gonna start making the cone of shame. Okay, and you just need some cardboard.
We don't have any like soft enough card. Hey.
the cone. I will assemble the cone of shame right now live on stream. What's a good thing to make the cone of shame? Yeah, so I do want it to be soft, but this asshole is also... You know what I could do? Make it with cardboard, but then the edges, like, I wrap them up with duct tape, so it's soft. So it's not, like, rough on him.
Fair.
I'm gonna make you the...
We don't have duct tape.
Yes, we do. It's in the back. It's in the screen porch.
Fair.
Yeah, that's what I used to fix my my headphones.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, that's right. Okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry this is most distracted.
It's because we're worrying about our cat. It's okay. I'll take it from here. This leads to what might be one of the stupidest moments in the entire game, in which after the fucking seer oracle lady tells Marcus that he has the knowledge of the white man and he's destined to save the world because he's Jesus. She realizes that he's injured because, and remember this, androids can just look at things and know what's wrong with them. Remember that.
People, yeah.
And Marcus has like a gash on the side of his chest. At which point she takes a hot iron,
chilling there, and
cauterizes the robo wound. Now, questions. Hey, you're a smart person. Cauterizing helps humans.
Yeah,
because it cooks the flesh so that you stop bleeding.
Yeah, exactly.
And it also kind of helps with infection because it's just burning the skin. It's dead.
Yeah.
What happens when you put a hot metal rod against your plastic and metal bits?
Nothing.
You should open up your computer and try that. I bet that would work wonders.
Yeah, I bet it'll fix anything.
It's might just be the stupidest thing.
It's pretty dumb.
Cause like it's just like, yeah, no, we're just gonna cauterize your wound. It's like, are you guys? This is dumb. Also, by the way, the lady then proceeds to give Marcus a bunch of blue blood, which they drink.
Yeah, they drink to get it back, but they don't give it to the baby who's the
they
child.
They don't give it to the baby child who's dying. It's like no blood for the child, I guess.
Only for the chosen.
Also, Marcus, yes, you are the chosen one.
Yep.
And this scene ends with Marcus feeling disillusioned.
And help Jorito.
And also like, oh, if only there was something we could do, like raiding some sort of base, but we'll deal with that later.
Yeah.
This takes us with, I don't know, do you want to just read the note? I mean, it didn't end up being that.
It was close.
We have the scene with Zlatko, in which...
if you've seen Heavy Rain, you're very reminiscent of Paige Madison going to the creepy doctor's house.
So Kara and Alice arrive at this big mansion, and it's dark, and it's raining. By the way, reminder, it's November. It's raining.
Like 6th or 7th at this point.
It's November 6th in Detroit, which is in the Midwest?
It's in Michigan. It's like towards Canada.
Towards Canada. It's November. It's raining. Remember this. It's important. See, we're doing that thing where we're establishing a bit before we say it.
Yeah.
And they go into what is clearly a sexual assault mansion.
Yeah.
Doesn't end up being that way. But having played David Cage games, everybody who was playing that scene was going, "Oh, David.
David, you wouldn't," and then he did.
And they knock on the door, and immediately you see...
and the reason they're here is because the disappearing android...
the disappearing android told them to go there.
To go here.
You can totally tell that he didn't think what was gonna lead from that, because it makes no sense.
No.
Is Zlatko just sending people...
Right, out to, like, get more androids?
He's just staring at Yanto because he's a dummy.
He's fine so far. Now he's licking his butt. Good.
So they knock on the door, and you see this kind of Russian man, and
overweight.
He's overweight.
He
looks greasy. He has beard. He's a beard. He looks unattractive. That's how you know he's fucked in the head. He's evil.
He's a creepy evil
because
man.
David Cage doesn't know subtlety.
No. He hit him with a fucking truck.
And I love that everybody else was yelling about this, but he sits Kara down, and they explain the situation. Did he do it again?
No, he didn't.
Jesus Christ, this cat. Are we gonna stop the recording for me to go make a cone of shame for our baby?
He's doing okay now.
He's such a dummy.
He's a dummy.
He's the smartest dumb cat way now.
It's true. Anyway,
so
he's like, I'll help you go to Canada.
Zlatko is sitting across from the sofa, and he's like, I'll help you go to Canada.
But
in spite of the fact that Canada has been stated that it doesn't have it's an android-free zone,
not a free android zone. There's a difference.
And of course, Canada is serving as the clear analog to the North during the whole, fucking Civil War of the United States of America.
The Underground Railroad will bring this up again.
This will come back again. And that whole that analog doesn't make sense because, in the North, in the United States of America,
black people
were free.
Yeah.
There was no slavery.
Was laws and regulations.
Yeah.
Kind of trying to help that.
And the thing is, like, Canada doesn't, like, it's not the same thing, because in Canada
there are no androids
are not allowed. They're not for sale, and which means that there's also, like the best friends pointed out, no supply of blue blood, no supply of components. You're just gonna go and die.
Yeah.
And if they find you, I mean, really, like, I don't know. I feel like you would be in trouble. Or they would just keep you, dismantle you, steal the technology, and start your own company. You know, because when you have infinite labor, you can just change the world. But let's not think about it. David Cage didn't think about it. It's fine.
No, he didn't.
Also, I'll just get this off my chest. I can't fucking stand fiction where they're like, yeah, no, we'll just do that and life will be good.
Will be great.
Yeah, you don't have a social security number. You don't have an ID. You don't have a birth certificate.
Yeah.
As someone who's dealt with the immigration system of the United States of America, it fucking sucks.
Shitty.
And the idea that they'll just walk across the border and their lives will be fine is silly.
Yeah.
It's right up there. What was it, like the third Twilight movie? And it's like, we're just gonna fly to Italy. Do you have a passport?
Second movie, yeah.
Do you fucking have a passport? Do you? It takes 2 to 3 weeks because you're white. If you weren't, it would be way worse than that. But it's fine.
That's true.
And like that's sort of like that's the fantasy, and I don't want to be all like, you know, certain kind of people, but it's like that's the fantasy that people who have never dealt with it think it is.
Yeah, it's just that easy.
You just work, right?
Once you pass.
You don't have an ID, no social security number, no nothing. Yeah, life's fine.
Yeah.
Now, Zlatko's sitting across from the sofa, and Enel didn't notice it, but the best friends did. Mm-hmm. His fingers are stained blue.
Yeah.
Like
blue blood.
Blue blood.
Or red ice.
I actually like Lishandra, who I think is watching. We're chatting on fucking Discord, and they were like, "He's got blood in his hands."
Literally.
And Zlatko's like, "Oh yeah, no, I can help you, but we have to take off your tracker.
First, we gotta get rid of that tracker."
And at which point, like Kitty and I are like, "Wait, pause the video."
Silent. We're like, "Wait, what? What
if,
tracker?"
If androids have a tracker on them, why don't the cops just track them?
Why doesn't Connor just track the androids?
And then Kara goes, "Oh yeah, you should take that out, yeah."
Oh yeah, thank you.
Absolutely. And now listen, this is clearly a lie. Because he's like, yeah, I'm gonna take you to my basement. I'm like, this is clearly a lie. This is stupid.
Yep.
And additional to that, I find it, I don't want to say offensive, because it feels like I'm doing like a fucking volatile video, like, David Cage insults the fans, ! Question mark.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
But I find it insulting to the audience that Kara, an android who can look at things and know what's wrong with them,
and order a part for it that it needs,
would be tricked into thinking something in her body that she does not have, doesn't actually do anything or doesn't work on her anymore. Like, the fact that she would just believe that is stupid.
Yeah. So, spoiler alert, androids do have a tracker on them.
But deviants,
they mysteriously stop working once you become deviant.
Which
will not get explained.
That honestly feel like David Cage was like, yeah, no, and then like that's how he gets her down there. And someone in the office was like, but David, if they have trackers, why don't they? It's like, it's because they stop working. You can he's like, they stop working.
Yep.
There you go.
Once they're deviants, it's fine.
Fucking hate. Oh, this is the stupidest writing ever.
So he's like, has her up in his like creepy sex machine, and he's telling her all this, and then he's like, oh yeah, and then now we'll just erase your memory, and you'll be my slave now.
Yeah, or I'm gonna sell you or something. Yeah. Although if you don't do things accordingly, and by the way, this is why we wanted to watch Two Perspectives, because Northern Lion managed to break free
and not get his memory erased.
Which
leads to
the best friends.
It leads in the same place.
It leads to the same place, but from different points of view. I mean, it's the same shit. You actually have the same time limit. It's dumb.
Yeah.
If you get brainwashed, Kara is now like the servant of Zlatko, and you have to regain your memories to break out of that, because your computer can just break out of the reset. I resetted that hard drive. No, all the memories are back.
Yep, it's back somehow.
Even though it says that all like. The 2 terabytes are free?
Mm-hmm.
No.
They're still there.
It's all there. It's all there.
It's just like inaccessible. It's fine.
Yeah, and you end up going to find Alice and then get out when there's a big shooty bang.
Yeah.
And if you break out of the machine, you just go straight to that.
Yeah. Where you get Alice and try to escape. We get established that there's a shotgun in the room, but it's empty. But then once Zlatko's firing it, it fires like multiple times, and he never seems to have to reload.
There's a bunch of stupid scenes in this particular section that you can set up to help yourself that end up not doing anything.
Either don't do anything or
don't do anything on your route.
Yeah.
Because NL, who managed to break free from the programming, or from the resetting, goes to the cages that are in the basement and frees the quotation fingers monsters.
What they're called. Monsters.
Which are abominations that the guy made from different androids.
On.
In fact, that they're still deviants and people.
I don't know if it's just because he didn't walk inside the room, or if he couldn't actually walk inside the room with the monsters and just kept going.
I mean, he got the unlock that said that he freed
the
monsters.
Freed them, yeah, but he didn't talk to them or anything, which the best friends did.
No. But when you walk in, they are like, oh, your memories have been erased. Poor thing.
So I don't know if he can't actually walk in.
Also,
your memory wasn't
those
erased.
guys were there the whole time, but you didn't see them when you walked past the first time.
And Alice didn't see them.
This is so bad.
Yeah, listen.
This is worse writing than Beyond. And Beyond had a fucking underwater Chinese ghost base that comes out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Also, man, take a shot whenever the real antagonist shows up at the 90% mark of the story, like in every fucking David Cage game.
Also, Robo-Bear.
There's a Robo-Bear that achieves nothing.
Yeah, he literally does nothing in NL's playthrough, and in the Best Friends, they don't even see the bear.
And what about the guy in the bathtub who's like, please?
Yeah, it literally does nothing.
It's like morality choice, kill me or don't kill me, and it's like, doesn't matter. So at the end of all this, you find Alice, but then the big troubles happen. Luther, by the way, we didn't mention, is Zlatko's android is a big, tall,
he's a giant
black man, and his name is Luther.
As in
Martin Luther King. Yeah, that's nice. That's
Good job.
You're fucking clever. You're fucking really clever.
We'll
David.
talk about all the Martin Luther King things.
Yeah,
with Marcus.
We'll fucking get there. We'll get there because of course he said the stupid thing.
Yeah, of course.
David Cage is like, well, what's nuance?
Yeah,
what's subtlety?
We have a dream.
I think, therefore I am, which is, by the way, quoted wrong. It's I think, therefore I most necessarily exist.
Yeah.
It's so dumb. Descartes is dumb, and people misquote him, which is the worst thing.
Oh, okay. He's being good.
I don't know. Descartes had little to say, and misquoting the little thing he had to say is even dumber. But whatever.
Fair.
So you do the big shooty bang bang, and it
big chase leads outside.
It leads to the back of the house, the back exit,
which is kind of cool. That it has a small deviation that the Best Friends went through, is where they burned the house down.
Oh yeah, you can burn the house down.
It doesn't matter, but it's kind of nice to have the flaming house in the background.
The burning house waits for you to
get outside.
And I'm happy the garage didn't burn for the following scene, but it's fine. Whatever, it's fine. And when you're in the outside, and it's just you and Alice, and of course
Luther and Zlatko.
And Zlatko's aiming a gun at you, and is like, I'm gonna fucking kill you. And then Luther
magically decides
to be like, yeah, nah.
But I saw that little girl who cared so much about you, and I wanted to protect them.
And he just takes the gun from Zlatko.
Yeah.
And now, depending on how you did it, you get the worst cut to a different shot ever.
Yeah.
From the point of view of the Best Friends. After Luther takes the gun from Zlatko
and throws it away.
Yeah, the monsters come out of the house and attack Zlatko and basically kill him.
Yeah.
Also, by the way, in the conversation you can have with the monsters, they literally say the thing where it's like Zlatko has done all those bad things. But so who is the real monster? Which is the stupidest thing ever because the game calls them monsters. So whatever. Now that's what happens. That's what happened to the Best Friends. From NL's point of view, because he just
freed them, but he didn't talk to them.
And because he just, he wasn't, he didn't get reset.
Yeah.
Luther takes the gun from
Zlatko, throws it down,
and then he has that conversation with the girls about hey, you want to come with us? Like, yeah, I will.
I know somebody who can get us across the border.
And then they walk away, and Zlatko is lying on the ground.
He's just lying on the ground, not doing anything.
You didn't hit them. You didn't hit him.
No.
Nothing happened.
No,
he's just lying on the ground.
He gave up.
This game is so dumb.
Yeah.
This is the stupidest game.
Yeah.
This is worse than a bad game like that one fucking past Cure game that just looked budget as fuck because people showed up and did their job.
Yeah.
Animators showed up.
Actors.
Asset makers showed up. Musicians showed up. The UI is fantastic. Actors showed up.
The mocap guys.
And David Cage is still doing the same garbage he's always done.
Yeah.
It's the same fucking garbage he's always done. Yep, this scene is broken. I wrote in all caps. And yes, during the best friends playthrough, the monsters literally say, "But who is the real? Are we the baddies?
Are we the baddies?"
This takes us to the best friends playing through, of course, Pity the Sex Bots. Connor and Hank go over to a strip club, or to the sex club where you can fuck androids for $1 a minute.
Yeah,
it is cheaper to fuck an android than it is to call your family back in Mexico.
Yeah, that's pretty bad. It's okay, it's the future.
Well, didn't we fucking do the math? Oh my god, let me bring them.
Yeah, you tried to do the math of
okay.
Like how...
Because an Android costs, $8,999, and you're charging $1 a minute basically. It's like 30 minutes for $30. Mm-hmm. So that means that it would take a total of 149 hours or 6.5 days of straight non-stop fucking for them to pay back your investment.
Yeah.
That doesn't sound like a lot, but 140 hours and maintenance and all those things is silly.
Yeah.
It's silly, especially when like if you charge $2 a minute, you would double your income.
Yeah.
But whatever, it's fine.
But also, I don't know what the current rate of like that is here.
Well, as someone, I've been to a strip club, and I can assure you, it was not 1-to-1.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
If I remember correctly. I'm not speaking from personal experience, but I remember the rates being something along the lines of like $100 for a 3-minute song.
For like a 3-minute lap dance.
Yeah. It must have been like $60, I think, but still. That's $60 for a minute and a half.
Yeah.
Maybe 2 minutes at most, depending on what kind of song it was.
Yeah.
That's dumb.
Yeah. That's
especially
stupid.
because it's like food, shelter, the desire for sex are evergreen businesses, and the idea of cutting your own profits for the sake of appealing to an audience is ridiculous. But whatever, it's fine. I'm not gonna talk economics right now.
It's fine.
This scene is long-winded and it has a bunch of inconsistencies.
And it has a huge stupid chase scene of scan the robot's memory.
Yeah.
To see where the deviant went.
Basically,
and yet Hank is paying for it all.
Yeah.
Because he has to open all the tubes.
This is so dumb.
Why didn't the owner let him open any of the tubes?
Yeah.
By the way, they're trapped in plastic tubes. All the androids.
Yeah, all the androids. Just like
and they're all wearing the same ugly sports bra and
because we can't show
dumb
the
underwear.
The titty.
No. Please look at Yango.
So dumb. He's sleeping with his face down. He's fine. He just likes doing that because the brightness and our loudness.
Fair.
So,
anyway,
okay, so a guy died, and they thought it was one android, but he actually was fucking 2 androids at the same time, so that was the other android.
Who ran away.
There's so many things I want to talk about, but fuck it. They find her at the back of the shop with all the other spare androids, and you discover that she's not the only deviant, there's another one, and they're in love.
Yeah, these 2 ladies are in love.
There's lesbians in this game. I want you to guess what fucking can come their fucking way. You fight them, of course they're naked and wearing
the ugly sports around the ugly.
Yeah, and they have heels.
Yeah.
Because,
of course.
Yeah, because of course.
They're sex bots, of course.
And this escalation leads to basically outside. By the way,
in the snow.
It's snowing now.
It's
snowing on November the 6th or 9th.
It's not the 9th, it's like the 7th.
It was raining 2 days ago.
A day ago.
It's snowing now.
Yep.
That's not how it happens. That's not how it works.
How weather works.
But whatever.
Anyway,
the scene leads up. Oh, by the way, the girls hold hands and they talk about how they love each other.
That's how you know that they're gay.
They're gay, yeah.
And then you get the choice to shoot one of them.
Shoot as they're running away, or let them run away.
Yeah.
If you let them run away, which makes no sense, because you can just be like, "Hey, stop."
And then, or
Please.
Why are you the only? Because it was shown that there were other cops there already.
Yeah.
Why aren't they outside patrolling the area for runaway sex bots?
Kitty, listen, okay.
So once
we can't do things that would be inconvenient for David Cage's craft.
In LL's perspective, he's like, I'm not gonna kill them, and he puts the gun down. They tell their story and then they run away, and it's really stupid.
And if you choose to shoot the other one,
the non-deviant that you were chasing for the murder,
the one that you were chasing after from the beginning, walks up to you, takes your gun, and shoots herself.
After she tells you her story.
Like I told you, every one of these scenes with deviants ends with them running away and you learning nothing, or them killing themselves in front of you and you learning nothing.
Yeah.
It's almost as though it doesn't fucking matter.
None of these scenes seem
Pity the sex bots.
Pity the sex bots.
$1 a minute. What the actual fuck, David?
Yeah.
and here we go. Yeah, and Nell's like, you're just gonna let them go? Like Connor just stares at them as they're walking away.
Yeah, and then in the later scene, Hank's like, maybe that was for the best that we let those androids get away. And I'm like,
Kitty,
what?
Kitty, I thought. Oh wait! Oh, I thought there was more scenes happening. We haven't talked about the scene titled "Spare Parts." Oh, we didn't talk about the Russian roulette with Hank.
Oh shit, we didn't. We totally
with
skipped
Hank
over those scenes.
About to commit suicide. I don't know.
With Hank trying to commit suicide by drinking himself to death and then
having a gun,
literally doing Russian roulette with himself.
Well, yeah, the chapter's called Russian roulette to imply that he tried to kill himself.
Yeah, which leads into the Eden Club. Excuse us, but
doesn't matter.
Yeah. That scene's dumb, and Al knew his dog, so he was like, "Hey, calm down, Sumo."
Yeah,
Sumo's best boy.
And Connor, in spite of saying that he likes dogs, making it clear, he is startled when a dog approaches him.
Yeah,
as though he's terrified of them, in spite of character inconsistencies. Whatever. Spare parts.
Oh yeah, and
spare parts is a silly scene.
Is a Marcus scene.
It's a scene where they're gonna go and raid one of the CyberLife places, and factory. You can just walk into those places, and as long as the
droids
don't see you. And,
don't see you,
there's no cameras, no nothing, it's fine, And there are no sensors to notice androids around, in spite of the fact that we established that they are. But it's whatever, it's fine. You can just look at a washing machine and know what it's missing. But they can't just look at you and know you're an android. You don't have a blue thingy on your...
How would we know?
Fucking... Oh. This scene... You do some parkours. Who gives a shit? It ends up leading to a point where you finally make it to the crates, and you're looting, and an android shows up.
And it's like, oh, I'm gonna.
It's like, you guys can't be here because that's a crime.
And then the human comes by looking for his android, and you have a choice.
And then you have a choice, and
time slows down for a little bit.
You have 20 seconds to choose, and
I think it's only 10, but
I thought it was like 20. 24, whatever. You have very small time to choose, and your options are kill the human.
There's a couple of options actually. Just kill the human.
Hide the android, or flee.
Run away, and I think there was one more option, but I forget.
The best friends chose to flee.
Yeah. Willie was like quickly assessing the situation, saw only two options, could only see the option of kill the human or flee.
Yeah, he didn't see the option for capturing the android.
And whatever the other one
and he's like, well, we got the stuff, let's get out of here. The scene ends there if you do that.
It basically ends there. You run away and everyone's like, what are you doing? We didn't get enough parts, we gotta run. And then you get a little chase scene. And then you go back to Jericho and everyone's very angry because you didn't get very many parts. Yeah,
you give a speech. The same speech you will give regardless of your success.
Win or lose.
Except that everyone is like,
likes it
or everyone just walks away.
Yeah.
Now, from Anno's point of view, he ended up capturing the android, which makes this scene go on for like 15 more minutes.
It makes it a long scene.
Because you have to free androids, you have to fucking...
Get all the parts.
You have to load them into a truck. Oh, fuck the truck.
No, we gotta talk about this.
Okay.
This scene, and the best friends haven't seen this yet, this is the scene where we learn Marcus's superpower.
Which is?
Converting androids to have sentience.
Marcus you can just touch someone and
his hand goes white, and then they're suddenly like aware of their own humanity of somehow.
Oh, what was that?
Yeah.
Well, that hasn't been established? No. We haven't talked about it? No one's ever talked about it before or has been shown that you can do that?
Marcus is Jesus, it's fine.
Marcus is Jesus. We have like 13 notes where it says Marcus is Jesus. It's Marcus is Jesus. It's in all fucking caps.
Yeah.
This is bad.
Yeah.
I also don't like the fact that they had to give him a white man's eye because, he can't just be a black man who also happens to be Jesus. He has to have a little bit of white in there, And
literally white on the inside.
And it's that whiteness. Yeah, and all the androids are white on the...
literally white, not like white skinned.
I don't know. It seems to me silly, and I don't want to get too real here right now, except I will. Why wouldn't everyone make themselves look white? Why would you willingly make yourself look... I mean, if you're an android...
Yeah.
And remember, you're a machine. You're like, well...
Your parts can be replaced.
My parts can be replaced. And I'm just saying, is that thing about the Doctor, from Doctor Who, where it's like, of course, the Doctor takes the form of a white man, is the safest person you can be
traveling through time.
Yeah. It's like...
And space.
Yeah, because if you... wait a minute. What is this? It's like the 1800s in America.
That's
or 1900s. Oh, shit.
When the Doctor had a black companion and they went back into the past, she was unfortunately put into the role of, being like a cleaning lady during a 2-episode arc. Yeah. Because that's what black women did back then.
Yeah.
See, at least Doctor Who is talking about it. this doesn't talk about.
Yeah. So the idea that is like, we can change our skin tone, we can change our hair color, and our hair length in the case of North later on, but whatever, it's fine. You know, but like, you know, like, also they're all white underneath their skin, which is silly, but whatever, it's fine. You know, yeah, guys, it's fine. Underneath, we're all the same color. White.
Literally paper white. So anyway, they steal the truck.
No. See, the trucks have a panel outside of the door that clearly requires fingerprints, and we have seen, because before they ask you for fingerprints, and later on in the newsroom they will ask you for fingerprints.
Androids
but at that moment,
have fingerprints.
Androids don't have fingerprints. But Marcus just taps his hand and it's fine,
and he hacks it somehow. So why
also the fact that you can just touch a screen and you can hack something is stupid, but whatever. It's
the supercomputer. When my computer touches another computer, it just takes it over.
Yeah, that's how it works.
Yeah,
that's how hacking works.
Yeah,
you just rub computers together.
Yeah,
you know that's why real hackers bring home their bring around their computer tower and they just rub it. You know.
Yeah. Oh fuck.
So after the eating club, we have what may I say this every fucking time. What may be the most useless scene.
Yeah, this
the most
one doesn't
useless,
go anywhere.
Less thought out story. This is chapter 21, the Pirates Cove.
Yeah.
Welcome to Pirates Coves, me hearty. You're gonna have a whale of a time.
Thank you, Jerry.
Our name is Jerry.
We are Jerry.
So it's Luther, Alice, and Kara.
Abandoned amusement park.
Their car. By the way, they had a car. They got a car.
They stole a car from Zlatko. Apparently, which doesn't really work because it breaks down.
Yeah, and in spite of her having 9,000 children bedtime stories in her memory, she has no idea how to fix a car.
Doesn't know how to fix a car engine.
And neither does Luther. In spite of him being clearly like a maintenance android, but whatever, it's fine.
It's fine.
Every time we say it's fine, take a shot of water, stay hydrated.
Yeah.
So they're like, well, we have to find a place to be because it's snowing.
Yeah.
It's horribly snowing right now, in spite of it being rain.
8th.
On November 8th, it's snowing in Detroit, or around the area of Detroit and the Canada border.
Canada, yeah.
And they find this amusement park, or as David Cage, a French man, describes it, a fun park.
Fun park.
Oh no, fun fair. It's fun fair. And those are the points where I'm like, you can tell that David Cage is not a native English speaker or someone who would actually try.
Yeah.
Because he describes an amusement park as being a fun fair.
Yeah.
This actually happens multiple times in freaking Heavy Rain. The other one is that they keep referring to the merry-go-round as the carousel.
Yeah.
In America, no one would call this a carousel. It's a merry-go-round.
I mean, it might be a regional thing, but still.
I mean...
At least in California, we don't call it a carousel.
This over here, yeah, it's a fucking merry-go-round. What was the other one?
I don't remember.
The fun fair, the merry-go-round, and there was one more, but I forgot. Anyhow. So they go in there. They find a place to be.
Yep. We have a really useless scene of
we have a conversation about RA9, Kitty.
Yeah.
Kara walks up to, after they put Alice to sleep with a stupid bedtime story that is literally their story, but whatever, it's fine. Kara is all like, Luther, what's RA9?
What is RA9?
Hey man, hey my man, what's RA9?
And he's like, RA9 was the first of us to awaken. Some say that he will bring about the freedom of all androids.
Pause. How do you know that? How do you know that? And how do we not know that?
Yeah,
how do you know that it's like, how is it like I mean,
how is it common knowledge to everyone except for our main characters?
Exactly. And Kara is like, how do you know it's real? It's almost as though we're talking about religion at this moment.
And Luther's like, I believe.
I just believe in it,
Yeah, and I believe that one day we will be free thanks to RA9.
He is among us. I love that refer to RA9 as he.
Because
and that is literally short of just capitalizing HE.
Yeah.
Whether you love him or capital HIM, but whatever, it's fine.
Yep.
That's on the nose. Also, in case you're wondering, no. There is no subtlety. In the following scene, they will just say that androids think RA9 is God.
Yeah.
Hank will say that. Androids
with religion
believing in God. That's what he says.
So anyway, this scene ends stupidly with all the Jerrys breaking into their place of where they're sleeping.
Yeah, the Jerrys were the androids who worked there previously.
They're all the same model, so they're all just Jerry.
So they're like, we're Jerry.
We're Jerry.
And they break through the windows, break through the doors.
And we're like, we want to show this child a good time. We love children. We're programmed to love children. But she looks so sad. Let's show her a good time.
And we're like, no.
That's creepy.
And then they're like, come here. And
Come on, let's go on the carousel.
And then they put her on the merry-go-round.
Which still has power.
Which still has, it still has power.
In this abandoned amusement park. By the way, androids have only...
been around for 5 years.
Well, I think they've only been popular for 5 years. It's very confusing. Yeah. Because, like, 5 years ago they introduced the Circle Act. Yeah. So they must have been around for a little bit longer, but the like danger of androids has only been around for like 5 years. Yeah.
Also, question: why would you have an amusement park built on the border between Canada and America, where it is snowing for a quarter of the year? Why would you build your amusement park in a place where it would be damaged by nature and inoperable and not make you any fucking business for a quarter of the year?
Yeah, you would build a snow park, not a theme park.
I fucking hate this game. This is so fucking bad.
I don't know about y'all up north, how many amusement parks you have, but like I went to an amusement park in Kansas, and like during the summer that thing was packed, but like it doesn't snow like crazy in Kansas. It does during the winter, and it can get to
Kansas.
And it can get to freezing or like very low negatives, but like it's only going to be for a little bit, and then it's blazing hot when it gets to the summer. Like, I don't know. Maybe anyone who's from the north of the U.S. can tell us if you guys have amusement parks.
And did you get snow in November 9th?
Please.
I don't think so.
Yeah,
wouldn't it be funny? Wouldn't it be funny
when rain was 2 days ago?
If in France you actually get rain in November?
Snow.
What did I say?
Rain.
Oh yeah. That's what I meant.
France even get snow?
Also, I just realized that we are about to go into the Stratford Tower chapter, but before that we have to talk about the bridge, Kitty. That's the way Connor and Hank have a conversation about suicide.
Literally forgot about the scene, why it was called the bridge, but
it's called the bridge because they're fucking staring at a bridge. So this particular scene
we also we haven't talked about this, but between every Connor scene there's like a scene with Connor and Amanda.
And Amanda, by the way, spoilers are coming.
Yeah, who we disagree with about if this place is real or not.
We were disagreeing. Okay. We can still argue whether it's real or not because, spoilers. Later on, we learned that lady's been dead for like 5 years.
Yeah.
So that brings into two situations. Either A,
it's real and they made an android of her.
And they put her human consciousness into an android, which is bad.
Or B,
it's really bad.
It's a dream. It's like a dream world that they go into, and he can. And they've digitized her memory, so he can talk to her.
Because you can do that.
Yeah. But anyway, and like every Connor scene starts with like talking to Amanda.
We're talking with her.
Which doesn't really accomplish much. Her just opinion of you goes up or down. How many times you die, or if you like Hank, and you're like, I was gonna protect Hank, and she's like, you let the deviant get away, and then she's always like, hurry, this could be the end of us or whatever.
Also, I love that in spite of her being the one who taught the guy who made androids, he gets all the credit for it.
Yeah,
I mean, but she's a black woman, so why would she get any fucking credit for any of her fucking work?
It's true.
So
we go to the
in
bridge.
this scene, Hank is drinking his woes away because that's what men do. Men don't deal with their problems.
And men don't talk about their emotions. They just
Absolutely not. So. They drink too much and have a gun on the table. Mm-hmm. Also, I love that when you see fucking Hank's house, he has on the same table 2 boxes of pizza,
lots of Chinese,
so lots of Chinese, like 3 cups of like
a half-eaten burger
and a half-eaten burger, and I'm like,
buddy,
this is silly.
Really?
This is silly. It's like
even my dad wasn't that sloppy before I moved in.
Hey-o. So this conversation that we have
doesn't really do much,
but it does give us Hank go, wow, androids believing in God, and my note is R9 is God in all caps. No, chill. Are you serious?
Fair.
Also, I love that we have a conversation between Connor and Hank is like, what are you? Or like, what are you? And fucking Connor's like, I'm a robot.
I'm a machine.
I do my job.
And then Hank's like, well, what do you want? And he's like, I can be whatever you want me to be.
And then everyone's like, wow, that's awfully sexual. But
and then I was like, oh, is that the ship?
That's the ship. That's the moment that everyone's like, oh yeah, and then they fuck.
I can be whatever you want me to be. A lover.
Or a fighter. Also, the scene just ends, and I'm like, that was a chapter.
It does end very unceremoniously, where Hank pulls a gun on him and is like, yeah, what do you want? What do you want? You're are you a human or an android? And he's like, I'm a fucking machine, and I'm not a deviant because I self-test regularly. Somehow you can test for that. And
Connor, how did you know you're not black?
I self-test regularly. And then apparently there's
how do I know you're not a slave?
Oof. Apparently there is another route, but the two that we saw, like, Hank just leaves.
Yeah, there might be the possibility of Hank shooting you there on the spot, but it seems
or him killing,
or him. What are the odds of him killing himself? Because
doubtful right now.
No, because it would be too much work for them to have the scenes with Connor and Hank be with just Connor by himself.
Yeah,
it seems like too much work.
Yeah.
And the chapter just ends.
It just ends very unceremoniously.
Now we've been talking for about an hour. I think we're gonna take a second to just breathe because we're gonna talk about the stupidest part of this game. And this, so far, this is the part in which I have my note and it literally says, "David, are you okay?" This is not the sort of stuff that someone in their right brain actually writes. This is actually troubling.
Yeah, it's a little.
I need a second to breathe and drink water.
That's fair. I'm gonna have a cherry gummy.
I would like a cherry gummy. Oh, fuck yeah.
Water first.
Maybe I put like a little song like do 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 do. Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
The Stratford Tower, Chapter 23.
AKA the worst heist ever.
So Marcus and Jericho and the people at Jericho have decided that they want to send a message to humans about how robots, androids deserve equal rights and shit. So they decide to go to the broadcasting network, and we proceed into what is basically a heist sequence. Now, you know movies like Ocean 11, Gone in 60 Seconds,
Oceans, etc.
You know, part of the movie involves something known as the setup.
Yeah, the planning of the
whole
thing.
It's the sort of thing where it's like, okay, we have to do, like, Matt Damon is like, we gotta do this and we gotta do that, and then fucking Ben Affleck is like, oh shit, but who's gonna do that? Who's gonna do this? And then we have all the characters being like, oh, I'm gonna do that, and then I'm gonna do that.
And even in, like, things like Grand Theft Auto, where you're like, I gotta set up this robbery, like, you're gonna do this, and we have my backup driver, and all this.
Okay, listen, because, and this is actually a role-playing game that tackles this, and makes heists into a role-playing game, and the 3 stages of the game are the planning, the heist, and where everything goes wrong.
Yeah.
You will notice that 2 of those parts are missing in this heist.
Yeah. And I love this. The scene opens with Marcus is like, we're going to send a message to the humans. We have to make sure everything is planned accordingly. And then we just jump into the scene. We don't plan anything.
Yeah. So this can go on forever. So we're gonna summarize it.
So
because we're already an hour in.
Here's my summary, and then we'll go into like slightly more detail, but still summarizing.
Yeah.
David Cage watched one of those movies with the sound off and was like, I can do that.
Yeah, I can do that. Yeah, and it will become evident because listen, and I know that this is gonna feel a little bit bad, but I'm so angry. This is toddler writing.
Yeah.
This is actually like
and then he found
children.
The uniform in the bathroom.
No, wait. First off, we got Marcus. Okay, Marcus is gonna walk through. He's wearing a suit because he's a big, strong businessman.
He's a businessman now.
He walks in and he has to figure out a way. So he converts the lady, and then he gets the badge, and then he
distracts the human.
He distracts the human,
so he can convert the lady. So she'll let him in.
And now he's inside the building, right?
But she didn't notice that he was an android.
Not a Pokemon. No. And then he's in. And he goes in the elevator to a random floor. Then he goes into the bathroom. And he gets into the stall.
And he happens to pick the right stall, even though the other ones are all
the other one was
occupied.
taken because everybody's pooping in there.
And then
he removes the
roof,
of the ceiling, and there is a package for him.
And it contains the cleaning people uniform.
So he changes from his suit. Where is the suit going? Don't worry about it.
Time to toilet problem.
Toilet problem. And then he puts on the cleaning man's uniform. And now time for a little bit of a segue, because at this point, one of the person in the bathroom walks out, and it's this guy, and he goes over to the sinks to wash his hands. And NL actually tested this. That guy will not stop washing his hands until you walk out of that room.
It just keeps going. He just keeps washing his hands.
Yeah. Did you know? Washing your hands for 4,000 years is absolutely acceptable.
Yep.
So, back to the show. So when he walks out, guess who's in there? It's North also wearing...
He meets up with North, and she's got a duffel bag, and then they go into a big server room, and he locks the door with his hacky power.
He locks the door with the hacky power.
And then they pull out the big laser saw that cuts the glass.
They cut a hole in the glass, and then that one thing that they use for cleaning the windows comes up,
and then
they jump out of it. And they're outside, and then they use the cables
up
and they rappel with the cables all the way
up to the top floor, the
except it's
79th
not.
floor.
Yeah,
No,
to
it's
the
the
79th floor.
Yep.
And then they go further up.
No. They go to the top floor, and then they're like, oh, we're here, and they open the door, and the other two androids come out because they're all a team and they're all together. I don't know how they got there, but it's fine.
Also, like it's like an elevator opens up. An elevator opens up, and then there's like Joshua and Simon, and they're there.
And they're there, and
they're there. How did they fucking get there? Don't worry about it, okay? And then they're gonna.
And then all together they go get the guns, and they go, and they don't want to kill the humans, so they just like knock him out. And then they go into the broadcast room, but the androids don't say anything.
They don't say anything.
So they can go into the broadcast room, and then they knock everybody out.
And then Marcus gives his speech. Big speech.
He takes off his skin, so he's just a white android, a literally paper white.
I mean, because nobody would pay attention to a black man. You know, it's fine. It's fine. Listen, this is not about race.
Which actually doesn't matter because we'll get into the next scene of
Connor
get into the next scene later, identifying who Marcus is.
Yeah.
But then, and he gives his big speech, and we only watched Nell up to this point, so we've only seen Nell play it. But he goes the determined route instead of the peaceful route.
Yeah.
Which is we don't want to start a war.
No. He did peaceful instead of determined.
No, that's during the riot.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So he does that.
And then,
but the cops are here.
SWAT comes in,
and they don't know how to fucking shoot.
Yeah, and they just shoot everybody.
Oh, no.
And then Simon got hurt.
Simon got hurt.
So are we gonna keep him? Yeah, we keep him. We carry him up to the stairs or to the roof.
But we can't take him though because we have to jump out with our parachutes.
Oh no! So we have to see if are we gonna kill him or not. But Marcus
just give him a gun so he can kill himself later.
But Annelle said no. We'll just give him the gun so he can defend himself or kill himself later. So no, Simon is still alive.
And then Marcus and North and Joshua jump off the edge of the building and hit their parachutes and they parachute away.
Right as the cops are running up.
And they're floating away very slowly.
And the cops aren't doing anything.
The cops aren't doing
and haven't called a helicopter.
I fucking hate this game. I hate this game. It's so bad.
The cops have not called an elevator, some kind of like military units or anything. Nope. They just let them parachute away slowly.
Also, why would the broadcasting center be on above floor 77? Oh, by the way, I want to let you all know that the what was the building? Not the Empire State. No, the Chrysler building is only 79 floors high.
No, 77.
Oh, 77.
We're 79 floors high.
Yeah, that's a really tall building. The fucking what's the other
Empire
one?
State.
That one's 109. But
that's
still,
the Empire State.
That's the Empire State, the highest point in fucking all of New York.
Yeah.
And the Scandra's like, actually, Max. Fun fact.
Sure.
Okay. I think David needs help.
Yeah.
Because that scene is the stupidest thing. Because, and I know we did the voice, but trust me, it's the only way we could have done it because every single step along the way, it made us go, why didn't you just start? How did North get here?
How did Simon get? How did this happen?
How did
they have a uniform ready? Who put the uniform there?
Why was there an elevator that went all the way to the top
that they didn't just use?
And they're wearing the regular clothes when they come out of it.
Yeah.
But you couldn't do that.
No, because you had to have the cool heist scene.
And see, this is as Kitty said, David Cage watched the heist movie with the sound off and thought, oh yeah, I can do this.
Easy.
See, you just have everybody show up where it's convenient.
He skipped the planning part and he just saw the climax of the movie.
Oh yeah,
the actual heist.
Yeah. He just saw that one part of a fucking
Ocean's whatever.
Ocean's 11 or fucking 69. Gone in 60 Seconds, and he's like, oh yeah, see now,
I can do that with my androids.
It all just works out.
Yes.
Oh, it's so easy.
It's so cool when it all works out like that.
Fucking. Oh, also, I love that there's a moment where fucking Marcus interacts with a vending machine, and I'm like, did he just give that vending machine sentience?
You're not wrong. Also, one of the, as we'll learn later, one of the broadcasters, or one of the androids at the broadcasting top, like, went deviant already without Marcus even having to touch him, I don't think.
Yeah.
Which is very strange, but okay. We immediately follow this scene with a scene that takes place literally like 5 minutes later.
Yeah, Connor is there.
Of Connor investigating what we just literally did.
And I'm gonna tell, and I told Kitty that, like, you know what would have been a really cool thing?
What would have been a cool idea?
You know what would have been really cool? That you watch the previous scene and this one. You start with Connor getting there and be like, oh, something just happened. And then we keep cutting between the past and the future as you play with Connor and Marcus.
At the same time.
Marcus doing the thing, or Connor investigating something, arriving at a question of what happened here, and then you
Marcus
see it play out through Marcus.
Yeah, but that would be smart.
That requires you actually, like, going back and making it work, or, you know, trying.
Giving a shit.
And of course, they do actually reference that, you know, like, this guy is some sort of god figure. It's like he's not RA9.
Is this one RA9?
Marcus is Jesus, guys.
That's fine.
Okay, so Connor is, you know, at the news room, whatever, which is on the 79th floor of this fucking thing, because of course you would have it there. You wouldn't just have it be on the bottom. Also, they have androids doing that. They have androids taking care of the broadcasting network.
Yeah. Well, there's some humans, but...
Yeah, but that's silly.
Yeah.
That's nonsensical, but whatever. Same. And Connor is like, I'm gonna interrogate them, and one of them is a deviant. And there's a cool moment that happens 7,000 times. There's 3 deviants, they all look the same, or there's 3 androids, all look the same.
Yeah, one of them, the same model.
One of them is a deviant, and you as Connor are interrogating them, and you can move the stick from left to right to look at the 3 of them.
Each of them.
And sometimes as you're asking the questions, the one on the farther left, you will catch that he's looking at you.
Yeah, and then he looks away as soon as you look towards him.
The first time that happened, that was pretty good.
Mm-hmm. After,
and it keeps happening. And like in the course of an L, it happened like 6 times. And like the first time I was like,
it just looks cartoony.
The first time I was like, that's clever. The second time I'm like, is this a mistake? The third one I'm like, oh, this is supposed to happen every time you do it.
So in case you're really stupid and can't tell. That's me. Making squeaky.
So by the way, this just leads to the guy half killing Connor.
Killing Connor.
I mean, almost killing Connor.
Almost killing Connor.
And bring yourself back, whatever, it's fine.
And then, like, starting to shoot out the place, and then Connor, like, runs out and now chooses to save Hank because he only has a 49% chance of survival here.
Yeah.
And then he saves Hank, but Connor dies in the process.
Now, there's something you pointed out, and I think you are right, actually. Because before this happens, you're approached by a cop who happens to be the black cop who was on the rooftop of the very first chapter with that other Simon guy.
Yeah, with the first Connor.
With the first Connor and the guy with the hostage situation, and he was about to die, but you haven't taken action and actually just you doing whatever you do ends up with him being saved.
Well, I don't think this will happen in the Best Friends playthrough. We haven't gotten here yet, but NL actually went and saved the cop that had gotten shot. So I think this guy's already dead in the Best Friends. But for NL,
it's okay because
he did his best.
So he tells like, hey, and Connor, of course, instead of just being like, oh, no problem, just doing my job, it becomes a really awkward scene of like, I'm not that guy. I have no idea what you're talking about, in spite of me having all the memories from the previous Connors.
Yeah, it's very.
And the guy is like, well,
anyway, thank you.
By the way, that guy goes on to die in the scene with the android. Yeah,
following
because the deviant grabs an assault rifle and just mows up a bunch of people down. And Connor.
Yes.
If you choose to save Hank.
The interesting thing about this scene, and we'll see what the Best Friends decide to do, is that it seems like there's 2 ways you can go about things.
Oh, yeah, because at the end of NL's scene, you see a small shot of Simon on the rooftop.
Still on the rooftop with the gun.
With the gun.
So it seems like you could have either gone to the roof or interrogated the androids.
No. You can get killed by the deviant or get killed by Simon.
Probably.
Yeah, absolutely.
But it does seem like, that's an okay-ish, interesting split. But, like...
I mean, it all boils down to the same thing. But you're right. There was a nice little chunk of that you missed.
Yeah.
Just like, if you choose to flee, you just get screwed over and you don't get to do that whole scene at the fucking spare parts chapter 19.
Yes.
And now, time for Kara. This chapter is chapter 25, titled Midnight Train.
Going anywhere.
Like some sort of underground railroad.
Or the Journey song.
Yeah, that's
she
also
took
true.
the midnight train going anywhere. So Kara's been traveling for a couple of days, apparently.
With Luther and
Alice. She comes across Rose, who Luther knows as someone who helps people get across the border.
Yeah.
I don't know how he knows this, but whatever.
Yeah, just to clarify, Rose is black.
A black, overweight woman.
Yeah. And this is sort
very
of thing.
Voluptuous,
is this sort of thing where,
especially in her buttocks.
She's displayed as not inherently being attractive, and that's how I know that she's gonna die horribly in the following scene.
Or we haven't seen it,
but yeah, she'll because David Cage, unattractive people suffer horrible fates every time.
Or are creepy.
But in the case that you are a beautiful woman, you will be sexually assaulted, because that's how it works.
Yes.
So this leads to a scene. It was like, yeah, come in. The son, Rose's son, kind of doesn't seem into the whole. He doesn't
really seem okay with the underground
railroad
transporting
it's what it is
of androids across the border.
And this leads to a scene. Like you put Alice to bed, whatever. It's fine.
You undress the small child again.
Yeah, so she starts walking around.
A little creepy.
Just wearing a shirt and no shorts because of course
pants.
David Cage is fucking creepy.
Yeah.
You're sitting at a table with Rose, and you ask her, why are you helping us? Why do you do this? And Rose goes on to say,
puts it a little
not so long ago, my people were made to feel as though they were worthless and possessions, because the plight of androids is just like that of black people.
And that's why she helps them.
Fucking end my existence right now. I can't handle how fucking bad this is.
It's very stupid. Listen, David. David.
Also, by the way, the river is frozen, even though that it started snowing a few days ago, and it's November. Also, by the way, Rose has a Christmas tree in her house. It's November.
It's like November 9th.
It hasn't even been... Kitty.
It's not even Thanksgiving
Halloween
yet.
just passed by.
Yeah.
Halloween was last week. Thanksgiving isn't here. She already has a Christmas tree.
Yep. Maybe she's just one of those people that's very excited about.
So this scene, by the way,
actually at the end. Cool.
Yeah, no, we're at the end of our notes. Thank God.
Almost, but yes.
So this leads to a scene
where Rose goes and is gonna go see if we can. Get
there's androids here, by the way. There's a bunch of androids. One of them dies in spite of her having all the materials to keep them alive. Whatever, it's fine. She just has a cabinet with blue blood and components. Who cares? It's fine. We have to get through this fucking thing.
Yeah, we're almost done.
Adam, her son, kind of seems like, why are we helping all these androids? This wouldn't have happened if Dad was still here.
And she's like, shut your mouth, boy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go see if I can get help.
You should have smacked him a little. Sure. Just saying. A cop shows up, and that cop happens to be the same actor who played the cop in the opening segment of Beyond Two Souls, and Paco
from Heavy Rain.
Heavy Rain, which is the creepy guy at the dance club who you give a lap dance to.
Yeah.
Same actors.
Yeah.
Always the same fucking actors. And by the way, I don't know if you clarified this, but the actor who plays Todd is the guy from the sexual assault bit in Beyond Two Souls when you're a teenager.
Fuck.
It's the same guy.
Of course.
It's the same guy.
Of course it is.
He looks the exact same.
Of course it is.
So, same actor, by the way, too, in case you're wondering.
Yeah.
So this leads to a scene in which Kara has to almost comically hide all the evidence of androids in the house. And
the one that is kind of clever is
there's a magazine on the table.
Yeah, exactly. And
it's clever until you read what it says on it, but go on.
It's fine. But like you throughout the game there's these magazines you can read, and they always have 2 articles, and you can swipe and it'll change the front cover. If you're like on the second article and you set it down, it'll be the cover of the second article instead of the first article. Like it's 2 magazines basically. The second article on the tablet newspaper magazine thing has a Kara model on the front. Because
it's now on sale. You can now get your own Kara android. Now, hold up. I know you all want to guess already. Her original price. Kitty, welcome back to The Price is Right. Now over on this side, Kitty, that over there is the latest Android Kara. Her original retail price is $8,999. As we learn in her introductory scene, Kitty, how much do you think she's worth now?
Is she half off?
But now, since we really like you a lot, Kitty, we're going to give you another try. How much do you think this android formerly priced at $809,099 is worth now?
Is she like $1?
Aw, really close. You can now get your own for $899. 90% off.
What a deal. I'll take 5.
This advanced technology.
I'll take 10 for the price of what originally 1.
This fucking advanced technology that is made from future drugs. Because therium, red ice, which is not ever going to come back ever again.
So it doesn't seem like
No, of course not, because it's fucking David Cage, who fucking cares. Which is made of drugs, is 90% off. Mm-hmm. What is this, a fucking Steam sale? Also, at the price of at 90% off, you buy 10 of those, and your business never has to worry about labor ever again. No. This is the problem that it fucking drives me insane. It's because the thing about androids is, like, android fiction deals a lot with the context of slavery and forced labor, because it does. It's part of the context.
Even though David Cage doesn't want to actually acknowledge that.
But no. He doesn't want to say that he doesn't want to say that it is. In spite of it
literally being foundational.
It gives him the freedom to do stupid shit and not actually be accountable for it, except that he is. So
Yeah.
The thing is this, and this is the thing that like fiction doesn't fucking touch because people are dumb. But like when you have a production, androids. In good fiction, androids are proposed as being these expensive things, fine things, like fucking iPhones. Imagine if iPhones were 90% off one day. That's stupid.
Yeah, you'd buy like 10.
They cost so much to make, and these androids have so many components, and it's a living thing with AI and fucking 9,000 bedtime stories.
Yeah.
The idea that these would be so readily available and so cheap,
That you would get them for less than the price of a laptop.
You would have infinite labor. There would be no holes on the road. All the bridges would be fixed. There would be no problem with food. The entire economies would collapse and rise again. That's actually the whole thing. And Overwatch tackled this, or Overwatch tapped it lightly on the side. The production of Omnics, which is the androids in Overwatch, made a bunch of like small countries rise up.
Yeah.
Like that's why like the country that we're fucking Orissa's from, it's because of Omnics. It's because of actually no, not that one. That one is an Omnic free zone. I forgot. Whatever, it's fine.
Is it Doomfists?
No, that's the same place. They're from the same place.
Oh, okay.
I think, but whatever, it's fine. Overwatch lore doesn't matter. That's the easiest lore to get wrong because it actually doesn't matter.
True.
But the idea that like these countries became superpowers because you have
labor.
unlimited labor.
Yeah,
Think about it.
You can make your own labor force.
If you had unlimited of anything, most of your problems have just been erased. If you have unlimited money, if you had unlimited time, if you had unlimited resources, there would be no problems. The fact that you have nearly unlimited labor in the form of androids, and humans are not just all living in fucking like luxury. It's laughable.
There's a giant slum area in Detroit still.
That's silly. It is legitimately silly. But we don't talk about that. And the idea that it's like you can buy this android now 90% off is baffling.
Yeah.
Like ever since the fucking previous chapter, I'm like, is David Cage okay?
No.
Is he actually okay? Because I don't understand. I mean, unless he's just actually just. I don't want to say dumb and as though he has some sort of mental thing, but like he actually just doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Because like that's ridiculous. That's actually silly. And I love that you pointed out like that's less than the price of a laptop.
Yeah.
That's silly. Kitty, that's silly.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
That's balls.
Yeah.
Fucking Plague just bought a car recently.
Yeah.
He could have bought 2 androids for that price.
Jesus Christ.
2 androids.
Yeah.
Finally, someone will actually be around to watch the dishes. Hey-oh. I love you, Plague.
Yeah.
Is there anything I want to say about this stupid ass scene that ends up escalating with Rose being all like, okay, I'm taking you out across the river. I'm taking you to the Underground Railroad today.
In an L scene, the cop does not notice that they are androids and that there are androids.
Yeah, it was sketchy as fuck, and he never asks, about, why is your son,
black?
Like half your age. No, well, how are you just slightly older than your son, and why is he black? But whatever, it's fine.
It's fine.
And now we go to chapter 26, Capitol Park. It's time for androids to rise up. And this, we immediately get to catch up with our Jericho people. Joshua's wearing a jacket. The neck is popped. That's how you know he's edgy now.
Yep.
North is wearing a stupid male gaze design.
And her hair is down.
And she's wearing the opinionated alt chick default beanie.
To hide her circle, why are they not just taking
Why haven't they taken them off or whatever? And they don't talk about her changing, and it's actually dumb. I don't understand why she would change her look. I guess it's because David Cage got bored of looking at the same woman for the whole length of 5 minutes. It's fine.
Yep.
I fucking hate this game. Hate this game. Oh man, I don't want to be the one person who really likes the game and was like, I was hoping for some, this is constructive.
It is constructive.
Yeah,
it's just so stupid. Like, it's hard to
Your editor should have pointed this out. Someone in the office should have been like, David. This makes no sense.
David.
Which really showcases kind of the environment that it is, that no one would just be like, David, this is stupid.
David, your writing makes no goddamn sense.
So the plan is for Marcus and North to go over to one of the big stores. Apparently there's 5 Android shops.
In Detroit.
Kitty, do you think there's 5 Apple stores in Detroit?
No.
That's silly.
Might be them. There's more than that many Starbuckses, but that's
that's different.
Yeah.
But you're right, though. So there are plans to do that, and this involves...
break out all the androids and convert them all with Marcus's magical touch.
They convert them all. I'm so happy you just skipped over that whole thing, because honestly... You convert all the androids, and then you give them a speech, and then it's time for you to decide whether you want to be big anarchy or small, quiet anarchy.
Or peaceful protest.
Which...
Yeah. Shit, what the fuck was I gonna say?
And you decide on doing this by doing several actions in the environment. You can
transform Capital Park. Yeah,
it's whether you transform it or vandalize it. Basically, it's whether you break a statue or you paint it so it looks like the guy there's an android, because that makes a statement.
Or if you burn things or tag them.
Yeah, basically
with digital spray paint. Don't worry about it.
And this leads to freeing a bunch of androids and putting up a big flag. You get to pick what the icon of your people is, and the one NL went for, and it took me a second to realize it's the peace sign with the middle stick removed on the bottom part and a bar across the top part indicating the limbs of a person.
Yeah, looking like a people.
The other options involve a triangle and a fist pointing upwards with a triangle,
too,
which might be
ugly.
Familiar, especially in 2018 America. Because
I know you can transform that fist statue too, but I don't think anyone saw it.
Yeah,
you can turn it upwards.
Oh,
because remember that fist statue was...
Yeah, I remember. There's a big fist statue,
which apparently is a real thing, but I don't know if it's
still dumb.
Straight or up.
That's still dumb.
But yeah.
So now,
so you can transform Capital Park either by vandalizing it with Molotov cocktails and fire and.
So in spite of the whatever you do, the drones eventually show up, and you're like, oh, it's time to get out of here.
Yeah, we gotta get out of here. We've transformed. We did good, but now we gotta go. It's taken 20 minutes for them to get here.
We are shitting you not. This is the sort of thing in David Cage games where it's no one think this looks dumb, because everybody gets ahead of Marcus, and Marcus turns around. It's been 2 seconds, okay, since they walked away.
North, go ahead and you go ahead and I'll follow behind.
As the player, turn around, walk towards the next scene trigger, and there's androids dead on the floor.
And North is holding one of them and is they shot us. They shot at us all. And you're I didn't hear any gunfire.
You didn't hear gunshots. You didn't see, you don't know who shot.
I didn't hear screams. I didn't hear nothing.
And when you make it over to where that crowd of androids is, there are
one whole cop car with
one whole cop car and 2 cops.
2 whole cops.
Who are they're on the ground on their knees with their hands over on their necks. Mm-hmm. Like you do with prisoners of war. It's fine.
Oof.
And
you can have the choice to kill them or not.
Yeah, and by the way, you were saying that that police cop there was the police cop that you saved. No, you see, David Cage only made one model of a
It does
black
really
cop.
look like the cop that you can save as Connor.
So your choice right there is to shoot them execution style or to not. And of course, NL being the level-headed individual, and after going with pacifism, it seems a little silly to just kill cops.
Fair. And everyone is trying to be they killed our people, you have to kill them. And he's no. Okay.
So now we get a nice section of just news segments, and a bunch of them are pretty stupid because we just had the scene with Marcus being all rise up.
We are the people, and then we had this scene where all these news outlets are talking about it. So we have this kind of scene again.
But except they're are our machines gaining sentience?
It's pretty much the exact same as the previous scene, but slightly more talking about what actually just happened.
Yeah, and I don't know. Listen, this is the kind of thing where I feel that it's, and I don't want to make this a big political thing, but I think it comes to the point, especially for the android's plight, where I don't think it fucking matters if they had burned that whole block to the ground or just put up flags on it. The reaction is still going to be the same. Kitty is reaching for some gummies. I will have some in a moment too. I fucking love gummies. I feel it doesn't fucking matter. It doesn't actually fucking matter that he chose to just put digital spray paint over benches instead of just burning them. The reaction from the public is gonna be the exact same.
Actually, there was a tiny bit in the corner. Public opinion went up.
Yeah.
Of androids as sympathetic when NL did that. I don't know if it goes down if they're violent. Because we haven't seen the best friends.
It's dumb though.
Yes,
it's dumb. But yeah, that's the uprising scene. It's pretty dumb. It's also pretty on the nose, and there's it's David Cage, no subtlety. Fucking it's applied to black people. And
like I said, you can digitally tag stuff. What are some of the options you can digitally tag?
Oh yeah.
We have a dream.
We have a dream. Yes.
I think, therefore I am.
Yes. That is, we have a dream.
Mm-hmm.
From, Martin Luther King's speech, I have a dream.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. David Cage went there. And of course, I think therefore I am, which is of course misquoted and is not true.
Equal rights for androids.
Yeah, equal rights for androids. Fucking.
Mm-hmm. We will not be silent any longer.
Do we need to underline how dumb I think that is? Because I feel like trying to liken it as like, see, androids wanting equal rights is the same as people of color asking for equal rights. And I feel like, no. You need to do mental gymnastics to understand that it's the same thing because people deserve equal rights. And I feel like having to create this whole thing where it's like androids who have souls in them. And I'm like, especially when it's been made clear that they're only having an emotional malfunction, it seems kind of dumb.
At least from Connor's perspective. Like, I'm sure it'll be like a twist. It's like, no, they actually just gained emotion somehow.
Until we learn that, I guess. Or we look into them and we see like a sparkling light, in the mind space, in the in the mental palace, mind palace. And we're like, oh, they have a soul. Then in that case, fine. But up until now, to me, they're just still machines. There's still been no proof of that. We haven't had a conversation about it. So the idea that the public would be like, yeah, I should give my Roomba equal rights.
I should let my Roomba vote in the upcoming election.
In the United States of America, that has always been riddled with race issues and discrimination. We should give Roombas equal rights. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we should that's gonna fucking happen.
We should let our Roomba elect their own Roomba candidates.
I can't believe that Marcus asked for that.
Yeah,
we should be able to elect their own candidates.
Yeah. And I'll ask for that, to be fair. But yeah, he picked that.
So, oof, I don't want to get too real. Yeah, of course it would be like white people to be like, yeah, androids deserve equal rights. What about all the other discrimination in the system? Oh, no, it's fine. Working as intended.
Yep. So we get to the last scene of today's SUFFERCAST.
Episode 27, chapter 27, Meet Kamsky. Now, Kamsky was introduced in a magazine like literally 2 chapters ago.
Yeah.
He's the guy who invented androids.
How? We don't know.
What?
Which part?
How do you? Also, he looks young. Also, androids have been around for like 5 years, whatever. It's fine. He still looks like he's in his fucking early 30s. Who cares?
He looks like this jock dude bro asshole.
Yeah.
But techie.
So, in spite of him leaving the industry, you can just go and talk to him.
It's in an article, which I guess I confused by not fully reading the article because it's tiny on our big screen TV. But it was like, I saw the headline, he went missing, but I guess he's just missing from the tech industry, not actually missing because you go to his house and he just answers the door.
So, Connor and Hank are going there to get information.
Chloe answers the door.
Yeah, Chloe, which is the android girl from the main screen.
Yeah.
But yeah, Connor and Hank just said to go, several murders, hostage situations. They said, we should go talk to someone who knows about androids, not CyberLife.
No, the guy who originally created androids. That was at CyberLife. The weird thing about this scene is like, NL got killed in the previous scene.
Oh yeah.
But like, the way that they meet up in this scene is like Hank just drives up to the house and Connor's already there.
Yeah.
And when they leave, Hank drives away and leaves Connor. It's very confusing. I don't know how Connor got there.
It's the day after because the bridge was happening at night. So I assume it's the day after.
No, the bridge. No, it's the day after the
oh fuck, yeah,
tower.
Stratford, yeah.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, you're right.
But it doesn't explain how Connor gets there or gets home. Anyway, we meet Kamsky. He's a giant fucking asshole. He's got a bunch of Chloes that just sit in bikinis. Of course.
And in spite of him making you wait before letting you into his pool room, he still makes you watch him swim.
You wait for a little bit as he swims around. He had to be two hot Chloes in bikinis.
Yeah. So the cops, want information about deviants. Also, I'm just fucking baffled at the idea that like they couldn't just patch that.
No.
It's like there's a Fuck. Sorry, I'm just the idea that oh, sorry, your iPhone now has sentience. Are you gonna patch that?
Can you patch that out, please?
No. iPhones require equal rights now, and I'm like, please
stop.
The digital ghost of Steve Jobs demands that iPhones be given equal rights. Ugh. This is silly. This is silly. Not as silly as the Kamsky test.
So basically,
in order to give,
no. Let me.
Okay. You know what? You're right, babe. You're right. You do.
The reason he has a bunch of Chloes in his house is that was the original model that he made, the first model to pass the Turing test.
which as the best friends pointed out, the Turing test like is easy. Like
a child can pass
babies
the Turing test.
pass the Turing test.
Yeah.
So like also the Turing test is like also super fucking outdated. So who gives a fuck? But whatever, it's fine.
So he has made his own new test to test if like androids actually have empathy.
Yeah.
Which is called the Kamsky test.
Because empathy is directly connected to humanity. Because you can't be a human with a low empathy or
you can, but you can be a psychopath.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So
to test whether or not these androids are actually gaining sentience of some way.
Yeah. In this case, Connor. He makes a gamble, or he proposes the gamble that if Connor passes the Kamsky test, he will give Connor information on.
Tell him all he needs to know.
All he needs to know. That's a fucking lie. He will not. But if he doesn't, then you get nothing.
Yeah. So he lowers Chloe to the ground and gives Connor a gun and is like, shoot.
Yeah. Which he just happens to have right there.
In the drawer, right next to the pool.
Right next to the pool. And he's like, yeah, shoot her, blow her brains out.
I'll tell you whatever you want to know.
And I'll tell you whatever you want to know. And
Danelle doesn't hesitate.
Because
it's a robot.
Because it's a robot. And Connor is a robot, and Connor is doing his job.
Like, that you murdered that girl, and he's like, it's a robot.
Hank's character just keeps fucking changing. Like he just keeps fucking changing.
It's true.
And it's like, yeah, like it's a robot, and Connor's a robot, and Connor's doing his job.
To do his job.
And of course, Kamsky, being a fucking asshole, just tells him one thing.
Yeah, what do you want to know? I'll tell you everything about. You want to know about one thing.
Yeah, and I think all of the options you get are nothing.
Yeah,
because regardless of what you say, he's like, oh, you did not ask the right question.
Probably, I'm sure. Because then at the end, he gives you the actual real answers. Like, oh, don't worry, I have a failsafe in there. There's a
There's a failsafe in all androids.
There's a failsafe button. That
people have died.
Slyly hints at. Yeah.
People have died. There's a possibility of an android uprising.
And this guy's like, And
also in his code, like that fucking guy would sit at a fucking computer at fucking code.
Yeah, no.
And the fact that androids are being made and shipped and no one checked the code, like that's silly. That's hilarious.
Yeah, that's stupid.
Code is not like fucking like riddles.
It's literal. Anyone who knows coding can read it.
Yeah. It's fucking silly.
Yeah.
And it's actually funny for me because we were talking about this and you made a really good point.
Mm-hmm.
But because I was talking about it, I was thinking about the Kamsky test because it's stupid.
Yeah.
But also I'm like,
so we proposed the question to each other.
Yeah, and it was a sort of thing, and I answered that. Of course, you shoot her because you're an android doing your job, and she's an android.
You need to know
and
the answers.
But then you said that
I would not shoot.
And then asked you, wait, but what do you mean?
And this is the easiest choice for me. Is like, this guy's a fucking asshole and insane. I'm not gonna play his stupid game.
And that's why I love you, because I got all wound up in there, and
I'm like, no,
and you weren't like. I'm not gonna. You're not gonna shoot her because that's bad. You're not gonna shoot her because you don't want to play the games of mad men.
Yeah.
Of fucking wild ass assholes. And that you right there. I love you so much. You're so smart. You are the smartest out of the two of us.
I'm the smart one.
I would get tricked into playing that game with Kamsky.
And literally, I would have thrown the gun in the pool and been like, no.
Yeah.
I'm not playing your stupid game. Actually, my joke later was like, I'd give the gun to the Chloe and be like, yeah, you shoot him.
Yeah.
Shoot him. He's trying to kill you.
Yeah, or just like fucking, just aim the gun at Kamsky.
Yeah.
It's like, what if I just shoot you?
Right.
Also, I'm
not playing your stupid game. I'm going to play my game my way. But David Cage will not let you do that.
Yeah, and we ended here, and of course Kamsky made androids because a single white man can do everything all by himself, in spite of having been taught by.
In spite that he seems to know Amanda and seems to have her as a mentor kind of figure.
Oh, wouldn't that be fucked up? He has her now as a mental digital slave.
Seems like it, because Hank at one point is like, oh, how's it feel to meet your maker? And Connor's like, oh no, he's not really my maker. He's just the guy who made androids.
That's the thing that gets me, is that Hank's character is so inconsistent. He's like, androids are objects. Oh, but I'm emotionally attached to Connor in spite of Connor being
I want to let these
Roomba.
Lesbians go and live their lives.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He was like, man, those girls really loved each other. How do you know that?
And Connor's like, no, they can just simulate human emotions very well.
And I feel like this is quite literally it's because we're using the easy ways into this, because androids that keep getting painted as the victims.
Yeah.
But what if we had like the radical androids, like all humans deserve to die? I hate humans. I hate them with everything. Would we have the same reaction of like, oh damn, that android really hates humans, or that's a malfunction? You shouldn't think of those things.
Yep.
Fucking, this is. We've been here for almost 2 hours, Kitty.
Yeah, but we're done now.
We have 6 chapters left.
Yep. We're almost done with that now, and we just have to catch up on the best friends, and then. I'm actually kind of curious to watch Yugs Castan's playthrough because she actually liked the game.
Yeah, I mean...
She likes that. She cried during Beyond Two Souls, which was cute. Yeah. So I was like, alright, whatever. She cried a couple times during Detroit Become Human, I heard. It would be interesting to kind of see somebody who likes this game and kind of justify it. But anyway.
Yeah. And on it, I was actually kind of... I like the fact that we also got NL's review already in advance. You know, 6 out of 10. I don't think this game is gonna save itself.
No.
Don't mind the mailman outside.
Oh,
you just drove by.
No mail for us. No mail for us.
Fucking, this game's so bad.
It's quite bad.
This is the worst it's ever been.
Yeah. So let's talk about this a little bit before we round off.
Mm-hmm.
Is this the worst game in the David Cage franchise? Yes.
I'm thinking. Because Omicron is dumb.
Omicron doesn't work, so that's almost not its fault.
I mean, that was that before Quantic Dream? I forget.
I don't remember.
And the thing is that like there is so very little in that game, and it actually has less inconsistencies because there's less in the game.
Fair. It's also broken as fuck.
Yeah, it's also like actually you cannot beat the game broken.
Yeah.
It plays terribly, and that's half of the problems with that game. Mm-hmm. The story makes no sense, and the only power in the game makes no sense because it involves around you. Like it basically is like, and this is the David Cage quote that game overs are a failure of the game designer, so you cannot die in that game.
Yeah.
Every time you die, someone comes in and just takes your soul.
Yeah. Because
you're the Nomad Soul, which is the subtitle for Omicron. But listen, Heavy Rain.
Oh, we forgot Indigo Prophecy.
Oh, Indigo Prophecy is dumb.
It's dumb.
Indigo Prophecy is like dumb, and it
goes balls places, so you almost can't. You almost forgive it for just going crazy.
I wouldn't give it a pass. It's still dumb.
No.
And the thing is that like that game actually shits its pants.
Yeah.
Like I know you're thinking I'm exaggerating, and you have listened to us argue or yell about David Cage for almost 2 hours. Indigo Prophecy actually shits its pants.
Yeah.
It just fills its pants with shit, because you go from this kind of like, oh, I wonder what's going on, to our main character just did a somersault into the air and is fighting a helicopter.
You know.
And that is followed with, fighting the Statues of Angels, discovering that there are intelligent AI internet creatures that have been leading you around the whole time in spite of that never been established. Also, you're Jesus, you're dead, you just made a lady pregnant, and the world's about to end.
And world's on fire, how about yours?
And there's still the final antagonist who shows up at the very last minute.
Yep.
Indigo Prophecy is dumb.
Mm-hmm. But you can almost forgive it because it's so fucking balls. You can't.
But it shits its pants though. Like, it's bad.
No, I'm not saying it's good. I'm just saying, wow, you really did go all out with your craziness.
No, I would not say that. Because okay, when I say stuff like that, I'm like, you really went on out. It went all out. It's commitment to something, and he didn't commit to anything. He just like bugs. You're fighting alien bugs that never come back ever again.
Fair.
It's ridiculous. It's nonsensical. I take it less seriously.
Fair.
Because of how dumb it is.
Fair.
Kitty, that game escalates into Aztec gods fucking apocalyptic stuff ending, and you're fighting in the air like Jedis.
Fair, I suppose.
I take that game less seriously.
Yeah, because it's so balls.
It's less seriously. And also, it looks bad, and it's aged terribly.
Yeah.
So, Heavy Rain...
best of the
Heavy
bunch.
Rain is the best. It still lies to the viewer.
It mostly makes sense.
And it mostly makes sense, since there's no magic in it.
Inconsistencies that are dumb.
Yeah, and of course, the story and the underlying two players.
Yeah.
That one is still the best one. Beyond Two Souls is, of course, immediately hindered by the fact that the story is still out of chronological order. Mm-hmm. Maybe the re-release on PS4 helps it, but still it is inconsistent. And
stupidly written.
Stupid. And it's a wild changes of tone
between each scene.
Between each scene. And of
Because
course,
it's sort of older. So
and of course, ridiculous things that make absolutely no sense, like an underwater Chinese ghost base. And of course, just a really dumb escalation, like the ultimate antagonist, and the message of the game being that killing yourself is a good way to solve problems. Is just, you know.
Yeah, it was a little.
I feel like David Cage didn't stop to realize the message that he was putting forward.
Plus, as Anel was playing it, and keep getting forced down the romantic route, he's like, "Let me." You know, this is all about my boy, even though I showed no interest in him and he still wants to pursue me.
Yeah, I hate the fact that you can tell the guy from Beyond Two Souls that you don't like him, you don't want to be with him. You're still forced to go on a date with him.
Yeah, you're still forced to have a mission with him, and I think he kisses you no matter what.
Yeah,
and you kiss him no matter what.
Yeah, and in the final thing, that you still have the whole, like, don't you want to save him? The man you've been saying no to the entire game.
The man who, depending on your choices, like, rejected you for starting to cry before having sex.
Yeah, I can't believe he abandoned you.
Yeah,
you're having an emotional breakdown, and he's like, "Oh my god, I'm not getting any tonight. Out of here. Gotta bounce."
If men ever do that to you, please kill them.
And then then kick him in the dick.
Yeah.
I didn't realize you said kill them, but it's fine.
Fair.
In whatever order you want, it's fine.
It's fine.
And then we arrive at
Detroit Beyond Human.
I have always been of the belief that a disappointment is heightened by the missed potential, lost potential. Heavy Rain hasn't aged very well.
No.
Beyond Two Souls hasn't aged very well. This game looks good.
Yep.
This game looks very good.
Seems to play nice. Has a nice UI.
Yeah, the
actors showed up.
Yeah, you don't move your character like a fucking tank like you do in Heavy Rain. And, like, people showed up, they did their job.
There are seeds of interest that, you know, he just, you know, scrapes over and never develops. Like, there are things that could be interesting about this world.
Yeah, but unfortunately it's David Cage, and he gets so bored with his stories that he immediately reaches for something else.
Yeah.
He can't stand just sticking to one idea.
Nope.
A single story about androids in this world would be fine. We're immediately tossing in RA9. We're dealing with all these
crossing the border, sub-story,
freaking
fight the power,
uprising. You know, a connection with, like, fucking a digital ghost. The guy who made androids, who made them to fail in spite of them still having a fail-safe that no one knows about, and he somehow has control over, and he's ultimately the antagonist, I think, probably.
Probably, look at him.
It's dumb.
And the thing is this, too. I've never personally, and you can be if you want to, I've never personally been all that offended by David Cage's games.
Fair.
The sexual assault scenes in Heavy Rain and Beyond Two Souls are the closest I've gotten, because they're disgusting, they're unnecessary, they're gratuitous.
Yeah.
And especially with Beyond Two Souls, she's underage at this point.
Yeah.
Presented in character, which that was the most offensive he's ever been for me.
Yeah.
In Detroit Become Human, I feel offended.
Yeah.
I feel like he's
handling the subject just without any fucking care.
Any tact. He doesn't know what he's talking about. He's trying to tell this story that he doesn't actually want to tell about, you know, people coming and rising up, but he doesn't actually want to tell the story, so it's just a horrible jumbled mess of bullshit.
I feel the point where my soul died is when you have Rose, you know, this African-American woman, talking to an android about how, you know, the struggle between you and my people is the same, you know?
Yeah.
My people were treated just like you, and I mean, like David, I don't think I want to make the statement that, you know, the plight of androids is the same as, you know... Especially considering, you know, one went on for hundreds of years, and the other, you know,
I was actually,
you know, fuck,
10 years maybe. I was actually reading an article about Detroit Become Human and all this bullshit, and the point that the article made basically was like this is inherently an allegory for black people, like we were saying.
It is. It's so bad.
But by not acknowledging it, you're like creating more problems this way, because if you're like placing humans as the white men, they do have to have some like sympathetic, like, what's the word that I'm looking for? Sympathetic ideals or things that you can relate to make them not just big baddies.
Yeah.
But in the case of all the humans, they're like assholes. They're beating these androids.
Yeah, exactly.
With no purpose and some stuff like that. So it's not really you have to relate to these androids instead of the humans, and it's not really like a one-to-one that you're supposed to relate to.
Yeah, and there's no argument ever being made.
No, it's the humans are bad. So androids
the humans are the humans are having sex with robots.
Yeah, killing them.
The humans are abusing them. It's like humans are bad. Androids are good.
There's no complexity to a very complex issue.
Yeah, David Cage is not suited to be the person
talking about this
at all.
No.
And he could have, stepped up and attempted to tell a good story, but David Cage has... I think now it's set in stone that David Cage is actually a terrible writer.
He's a hack.
He is a fucking hack. Who said that? Someone tweeted... Someone messaged...
It was Mars.
It was Mars. Yeah, Mars! Fucking Mars is so right. Alright, Kitty.
Mm-hmm.
I want to end this with... I want to give you something, Kitty.
Mm-hmm.
I want to catch your live reaction. Have you heard about this?
I've heard a little bit.
Have you heard? Okay, so recently in our timeline, an article came out talking about George Lucas and his plans for what episodes 7, 8, and 9 were going to be.
But he didn't want to.
But he didn't get to do it.
He didn't get to do it, and also
because of Disney, and
also he knew the fans are
wouldn't like it.
Yeah.
Now, have you heard what he wanted it to be about?
No.
Are you ready?
Okay.
Oh, can you please? I'm gonna turn so I can look at your face.
Okay.
He wanted episodes 7, 8, and 9 to be a trilogy about a microscopic world where the wills, which are the things that move the Force, which are the Metachlorians, in case you were wondering, live and act. It was going to be a story from their microscopic point of view in their tiny little microscopic worlds and their own journeys.
So he wanted Star Wars Osmosis Jones.
Yeah. All about the Metachlorians.
That's stupid.
It is pretty stupid, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I love people who are like, oh my god, the new Star Wars is ruined, and I'm like, you are like,
you don't know what you almost got.
And also like Star Wars have always been improved by the absence of George Lucas.
Yeah.
Like he originally wanted Han Solo to be like a freaking green lizard man, and Luke was gonna be an old man wearing a stupid helmet.
Mm-hmm.
Like I feel.
And listen.
It's so bad.
If y'all are like, oh, bring George Lucas back, but you forget about the prequels, then you don't get to talk about anything. Like, I like the prequels, but they're stupid. And I acknowledge that they're stupid.
Oh my god.
But I love how stupid they are. You can't be like, Disney ruined the franchise when George Lucas almost killed the entire franchise himself.
Some writers are quite the hack, huh?
Yep. Also,
microscopic, by the way, the Force, it's the mitochondria, Kitty.
Midichlorians.
No, the mitochondria is the power
house of the cell.
Of the cell.
Yeah. Also, if you're being an asshole to the real people involved in the making of a fictional thing, like...
Yeah, you are an asshole.
You're an asshole.
You live a pitiful existence.
Yeah.
You should go play Stardew Valley. And maybe deal with those issues you have.
You should probably talk to somebody.
Or, I don't know, do some soul searching, man. Jesus Christ, like
we can rag on David Cage all we want because this is his baby.
Yeah, and also because he created a work that is there and people can judge. That's how it works.
But we can't blame the actor for Connor, who seems like such a good boy.
Yeah.
For like the problems of Connor's writing.
I mean, we can't because the best friends were talking about how like apparently David Cage is not a very good director.
No.
Because like there's a shot in which Connor depending on the dialogue choice, like you give Hank a wink and it was all ad lib, and David Cage was like, yeah, no, please don't do that. Please don't do that.
Yeah.
Don't do that. It's like don't like. He does seem like the kind of guy who would be like a control freak, but I'm not gonna add him on Twitter and tell him.
No.
I have a life to live. I'm wasting 2 hours here, and listen, talk to people about it. Yeah. If you have problems, talk about it. Record a 2-hour podcast talking about it.
Fair.
It feels good. I can feel like all that shit is out of my system.
Next SUFFERCAST will be the last of Detroit.
Next SUFFERCAST will be the third part of the Osmosis Jones cross Star Wars trilogy.
Can't believe Osmosis Jones was going to be Star Wars.
Can you believe how stupid that is?
It's pretty dumb.
Can you believe how silly, like how out of touch do you have to be with the story you made to be like, I wanted to be about a microscopic world where the wills, which are the things that make the Force do good, exist.
Yeah, listen.
How you doing?
I'm good. Tired.
Hey guys,
I'm
we're
hungry.
gonna take a break or record, get back to recording games and doing our lives. We have Twitter accounts on the screen right now. You know what? In the description, an Amazon page. You can go buy your stuff, and we'll make videos on it. You know, and of course, Patreon. Pledge a little bit of money. You get to watch your videos early. You get a shout out, like the following people:
Amelia.
Aniexo Hoshi.
Angela.
Listen, Aniexo Hoshi go before Angela, or am I crazy? Angela.
Annie X Hoshi.
Arisos.
Leire.
And Luna!
Yay,
Whoop. Fucking hate this game.
Yeah.
And we are suffering, so you don't have to.
Yeah. I mean, you can...
It feels good to get it out of my system.
Don't buy this game, but...
Don't buy this game.
You can go watch your favorite YouTuber play this game, please.
Like,
support them.
Like...
Instead of David Cage.
I am baffled by... I mean, people who don't understand how stories work, I guess. People who just,
just like cool shit happening.
Who just like cool shit happening. And I actually have always this, like, the term turning off your brain.
Yeah.
Because it's like, what? Like, you're just gonna look at the shiny things happening on the screen? I don't know, man.
Yeah. I mean, there's a difference between things like popcorn movies, like superhero movies.
Yeah.
And like things like think pieces or
whatever. But I mean like
it's a different but it's a different kind of like brain.
I don't think Avengers Part 2 is gonna deal with an allegory about how androids are fucking black people.
Yeah, I didn't walk into Avengers 2.
Yeah, exactly. Like I feel like part of that is the expectations, because like things are established and things work in a particular way, and David Cage is not selling his work as being popcorn movies. Yeah. He hasn't yet hit the bottom that is Tommy Wiseau being like, no, it's a dark comedy. I totally meant it to be a dark comedy.
Yeah.
He's getting there.
He's getting there.
I am ready for David Cage to be like, oh yeah, no, this is a dark comedy.
It's funny.
It's funny, you see, ha 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 ha. Stole the clothes of a black man.
Oh fuck. I'll go to bed.
That's so dumb. Hey there, guys. So we're gonna record some stuff, and we'll see you later.
With my cat, he's
no catnapping allowed.
But he's.
I'm still gonna make him the cone of shame.
No, he's happy now. He snore.
He snore? Yanto, you snore!
Wasn't very effective. He's a big baby.
Max used Fire Blast on the Detroit Become Human script.
Super effective.